Good afternoon to you and welcome to Barclay Park here in Rutherglen for round 18 TDFL action between the Rutherglen Cats and the Chiltern Swans. My name's Gus McLeod. Great to have your company on live streaming YouTube right across the globe wherever you are tuning in. Make sure you let us know where you are streaming from this afternoon, be it here local or right across the globe. The person standing alongside me, very familiar to the Duns Twin City Cranes TDFL. He loves his local footy. He loves his broadcasting. His name is Roy McKinlay. Hello to you, Big Mac.
Good afternoon, Gussie. Great to be back here at Barclay Park. It brings back memories from about 10 years ago. Simon Core and I were here. We did an Ovens and Murray game here from Barclay Park. I think it was Rutherglen versus Wodonga, but that was about a decade ago. But fantastic to be back here and great. What a crowd. There's cars everywhere all around the ground. There's a huge contingent of former Rutherglen players, past Players' Day here.
Of course.
Today. They are there everywhere. And of course, Chilton have got a great following and they're here by the droves as well.
They certainly are. And I look beside you, Robbie, to where our good mate Scott Scooter Fraser should be, but he's MIA.
I could be Scooter for the day.
You could be Scooter for the day. Oh, and I reckon he's just driving right on cue. And the beauty of live streaming, we'll see a graceful entrance into the box here from our man Scott William Fraser, just joining us here on location. He's got his TDFL hoodie on. He's got the gear. He's ready to rock and roll. And he's going to be joining us on the boundary line today. All thanks to our good friends at JJ's Waste and Recycling. Take a deep breath, Scooter. We'll turn your microphone on. Welcome to Barclay Park, Scoot.
Great to be here, boys. Sorry I'm a little bit late.
The traffic?
Nah, I just went out the road a little bit. Thought it was going to be a little bit cool today, so dropped in and got a dozen Bobby Burns.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you might have got a Parker's Pies.
Yeah, Campbell's wines for a bit, and I better get going.
Very, very good. Here in the pre-game show, thanks to Bill Tilley. Bill Tilley's backing local sport and committed to building Banambra's sporting facilities. Hey, I tell you what, speaking of facilities, how good does Barclay Park look this afternoon? I was out here during the week and I thought, oh, gee, it looks a bit of a tinge of brown across the ground, but the staff down here and all the dedicated volunteers have got it looking an absolute treat. Some said that it might be sunbathed this afternoon, and the sun's starting to poke its head through, gents.
It is indeed, isn't it? We thought it could be sunbathed afternoon. Rain's gone for the afternoon, so that's all good, and we're going to be entertained. And Scoot, well, you're the expert. You're the Mr. TDFL. What's the scenarios here for both these sides today?
We've had a healthy last fortnight, I guess, with the TDFL. Only finding out last week that Yak couldn't make the 5, and then today, basically we've got Thaguna could finish 4th or 6th.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, they played Dettering Mount Beauty, and the Bombers haven't had won a game today, so Thaguna will get the points there, but that doesn't guarantee them an Sunday afternoon next Sunday at Sandy Creek.
I'd say that this live stream is going to be on in the club rooms at Thaguna, and they'll be just counting down to see what happens. They'd be hoping that the Swans could get over Chilton, reverse that result from round 7 where the Cats beat Chilton, but and then obviously up at Barmutha Park we've got Beechworth and Barney. So.
I was talking to Gussie this morning on the all-rounders. We've got this bizarre scenario that it could happen. Next week, we could have a repeat of a couple of games being played today. We could see Chilton and Rutherglen play next week in the elimination final, and we could also see Beechworth and Barnawaffa could play in the qualifying final on Saturday. So that is how quirky the whole setup is.
Twice in 2 weeks for 2 games. That'd be fantastic.
Wouldn't it ever, Scoot? We'll let you get settled in and maybe hook into the couple of those Bobby Burns that you've brought down, and hopefully you brought us a glass as well. We'll hook into that a little bit later on this afternoon. Robbie, the stage is set for a really important game of footy. We've said it all week. The equation really is as simple as this. For the Rutherglen Cats, if they win, they're playing finals footy. The last time they did that was in 2017, and the part I love the most about this Rutherglen story is they haven't gone out and spent big bucks. They haven't brought in all these ex-O&M superstars. They've rung the phone, got the phone out, and they've rung the blokes that called Rutherglen home in their junior days. They've brought Dylan Van Berlo back to the club. They've brought the angry back pocket plumber in Jared Hatton back to the club. But most importantly, they lured Marty Brennan back to the club. When Marty Brennan left Rutherglen, he was a young, wiry youngster looking to have a crack playing some senior footy in town, the Ovens and Murray. He comes back, a premiership Ovens and Murray senior footballer, fit as a racing trout, might I add, and he has been dominating this TDFL competition.
Yeah, absolutely, Gus. And Yeah, some of those players, you talk about Marty Brennan and Dylan Van Berlo, they played against each other in that 2019 grand final. So, they're terrific. They were very, very good players at Ovens Murray level. And to get them back at the one club, Rutherglen for a one-pointer, it's just gold. You cannot put any more value on that. And, and there's the learnings they've had from it. This season, their first probably half of the season, they were up and down. They were either winning easy or they were getting pumped. And then I think over the last probably 2 months, they've found, particularly the second half of this season, they've found a little bit of consistency and they've settled in and, a little bit more reliable. So if they can bring their best today, Chilton do have, there's probably 4 or 5 really good players out of their side today, Chilton. So they are gettable, there's no doubt about that. But the ball's completely in their court. As I said before, there's a massive contingent of former players here. So whoever predicted this to happen, well, hats off to them, Gussie, because they've nailed it. Who would have thought this round 18 game would come down to this? And that's exactly what it is.
A big shout out to the man who you can't see who's waving behind the camera, Greg Lumby, the president here down at the Cattery. He's been a great support in helping us set up this broadcast as well. And a big shout out to our technical gurus that get us on the air each and every week. Logan Cartwright from Cartwright Productions and Logan Cartwright Productions. He is an absolute superstar. If you need him to do anything video related, get in contact with him. He is an absolute star. He's the best in the business. But he does charge a bit. Old Logie, he charges the big bucks, but you get what you pay for. And a big shout out as well to the team at Wangaratta and Indigo Computers. Luke Chilcott, Jackson Chilcott. They are the superstars that help us broadcast everywhere from Rutherglen in the Ovens and Murray all the way out to Sandy Creek, Timbuktu. These blokes help us do some fantastic initiatives with technology to get us on the air each and every week. So a big shout out to those guys who have helped us make this live stream possible. And our sponsors as well. Bill Tilley jumping on board and supporting our pre-game, and of course Bill Tilley. He's backing local sport and he's committed to building sporting facilities for Benambra. Chilton, they've made their way onto, of course, Barclay Park here in Rutherglen, Big Mac. And whilst there is a star-studded lineup, there's a couple of their regulars and a few of their senior players that aren't taking the field this afternoon, with finals footy already on the agenda for the Swans.
Yeah, good names like Kyle McGee played interleague. Benny Gould is away. Ashton Brooks, another one who played interleague. Jake Cooper.
Correct.
Is out today too.
So they're 4 bona fide, I'd say they're 4 players from their top 10. Yep. Particularly the player that I think they're going to miss the most is Kyle McGee. Centre half forward in the premiership team, but now this year he's been playing more of a ruckman role. And we've got 2 polar opposites, I suppose, in the Tallangatta League. You've got your ruckmen that like to leap and jump, like your Kyle McGee, but then you've got your other ruckmen like your Zach Leach, and today we're going to see Dylan Van Berlo. Yeah. He was a bona fide centre half back in the SSNA, Ovens and Murray. He now finds himself as a big-bodied ruckman that sort of plays as a fourth on baller.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say he's an old-style ruck rover who just can play anywhere. Would have been when he left the Ovens and Murray probably the best intercept marker.
Oh, absolutely.
in the competition. So he comes here and they put him into a bit of a different role, and I like what they've done. It's probably a similar thing what they're doing with someone like a Jackson Wiedemann at North Aubrey. He's a sort of a ruckman who follows, covers the ground so well, and he's got a beautiful delivery of the ball. And as I said, one of the best marks we've ever seen. So it's all shaped up. Rutherglen are coming out on the ground now. They're out there too. They're not far off full strength, probably Scoot, aren't they? Rutherglen today, they're coming into finals. If they can get through to this week, if they win, they play finals. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, exactly. I think they are at full strength.
Reid Bonnet, obviously the playing coach, but he's been out since round 8 or 9.
I can't see him. I can't see him.
No, he's put a line through for the rest of the year.
Yep. So as strong as they can be today, up against Chilton, who they've got at least a handful of guys that are not playing today. An interesting one, the runner out there.
Yeah,
so higher for the Swans.
I know, I have seen that, and
now,
I don't know. Does running count as
is open next year?
He's not eligible, is he, for this year?
And not to play, no.
No.
But they are looking for a coach for next year. So,
well, the one man that I think, he's been a senior coach at Ovens and Murray level before, but whether he's going to take the reins or not, he'll play an enormous role on the field today and for Chilton when they get to finals. Luke Daly, it is his second season with the Swans, of course, but his first year was severely hindered with injury. Scoot, we know he's a really capable player, but equally just so incredibly smart. Where do you reckon we'll see Luke Daly today? Will he play across half-back? Will we see him float forward and kick a couple of goals? He's a magnet you can use pretty much anywhere bar the ruck.
I think there's something very common about players coming from the Ovens and Murray to the TDFL, and they play really well off a half-back flank. You go way back to our day, Robbie, Glenn Page. You know, he come off a half-back flank and have 35 possessions.
Chuck Headley.
Chuck. And then you look at the moment, Jack Demizio at Kiwa. So I wouldn't be surprised if you see O'Hara and Daly are named today on the half-back flank.
Yep.
That run and carry, perfect delivery into the forward line. And it's weird to say that the forwards will be lining, will have to man up on a half-back to be accountable. Where as a forward would not normally try and get free and not have to be so much accountable when the ball's coming forward. Those couple of guys that have got so much O&M experience, and on a ground like this today, if they're getting the ball from the half-back line, it's only a couple of steps and a nice little left foot roost for O'Hara, and they've got it 40 out.
4 minutes away from the bounce of the ball for our Round 18 live stream. And of course, Scoot, we better thank some of our live stream partners that have helped us put the broadcast together. The TDFL have got an array of very good sponsors this year, don't we?
We certainly do. We've had Jackson's Earth Moving, DTD Engineering and Finer Embroidery since day dot, and they're on board again. Total Edge Protection, Adam Flower and the guys there, they supply the scaffolding for our wonderful cameramen from next week onwards for the 4 weeks, and also over at the netball court as well, so they get hoisted up above there. And we've got a new sponsor this year for our live stream, Berta Ag Attachments. So Adam Fendick, obviously named synonymous with Beechworth, but their business in Wangaratta, Berta Ag Attachments, have come on board, and it's really good. I haven't had to ask this year. They've come forward and said, "Yep, no worries, lock us in again." So really, it just shows where we're at in the TDFL, how much people appreciate this live stream. You know, we came to Greg and the Rutherglen guys saying, "Look, we don't want to take anything away from your club or your day," and they knew that they were going to have a crowd. And it'd be interesting to see if we can get a look there. But there's so many of the past players here. It should be a great day.
Should be. Looks like the toss has gone up, Scoot, and Benny Plemming looks like he's won it for the Cats. Well, hang on.
Oh,
a bit of controversy here. Are we going to have a retoss?
No, I think we're right.
We're good to go.
Checking the ball.
We're checking the ball. So Ben Plemming has won the toss for the Cats. He'll be kicking to the left of your screen, which of course is the netball court end. To the right of your screen, you've got the town end here at Barclay Park, the entrance end, and we might get Logan Cartwright, our cameraman, the best in the business, putting together today's pictures to just pan across how beautiful Barclay Park looks this afternoon. It is sunbathed and we're not too far away from getting underway here on the TDFL live stream. Of course, the equation is very, very simple for the Cats. If they win, they play finals footy. And for Chilton, if they win, they guarantee themselves a top 3 all-important double chance. Scooter, who are we tipping this afternoon? And maybe give us a best on ground prediction as well.
I'm not a fan of the drink VB, but I'm a big fan of DVB.
DVB, yes.
You used to be a fan, what I remember.
I think Dylan Van Berlo is going to give us an absolute masterclass in that half-back line today. I hate saying this because you always talk about a fence sitter. I just really hope we've got a really close game today. If Dylan Van Berlo isn't best on ground and Rutherglen win, I reckon Ben Mason is best on ground and Chilton win. But just for the sake of the league, I'd love to see Rutherglen in the finals. Not that I don't want Thaguna in, but I think it's been 8 or 9 years, so I'm going the Redlegs by a goal and Dylan Van Berlo to be best on.
What about you, Big Mac?
Yeah, I'm similar to Scoot. I just think, I've said on the all-rounders this morning that they've got so much to play for here, Rutherglen, and Chilton just not quite at full strength. And I think that just home ground advantage, it's a big occasion. The past players are here. I'm going to go with Rutherglen by 10 points.
I'm going to go the Cats, and I'm going to tip a angry back pocket plumber masterclass. Jared Hatton, the big angry man, and the only reason I'm tipping that is because he'll bowl bouncers at me tomorrow night at cricket training if I don't tip him for best on ground. What I do reckon, I can guarantee you, is 2 fiercely rivaled sides going head to head and ready to play some high-level footy. Round 18 in the Dunswin City Cranes TDFL. Scooter Fraser, thanks to JJ's Waste and Recycling. Myself, Gus McLeod and Roy McKinlay. We're here thanks to Aubrey Donga MG.
Scoot, just who is Mitch Hemming going to do the rucking here for Chilton? I'm just looking up against Dylan Van Berlo here. Looks like 4 midfielders in there. There's not a lot of height. Benny Mason's
Michael
in there.
Williams, actually.
Yeah, I
Oh,
reckon
he
it's
might be
McMillan.
too.
He's going to
Yeah.
try and wrestle him. Here we go. Here's the original voice of 2AY's football broadcast call. He's coming your way thanks to Albury-Wodonga MG. And the first term brought to you by Elders Rural. Great to have your company streaming right across the globe. Here's the round 18 clash between the Cats and the Swans on the TDFL live stream.
Yeah, umpire Peter Aubrey flicks it in the air as a whistle straight away, and the free kick is going to go the way of McWilliams for Chilton. That one going against Van Berlo. Williams, a left footer, piercing kick, inside forward 50. Doolan couldn't get it. Brennan, handball it, intercepted by Hibbison. Hibbison, long shot on goal, top of the goal square, not quite marked by Adam Pryor, and it's held up, and it'll be a ball up about a metre out from the Chilton goal. Desperate defence there from Rutherglen. It was Ryan Jones, a saving tackle. Adam Pryor was set to kick a goal. Van Berlo kicked it. It was smothered though. Comes away of Chilton, a chance here with Hibbison. Brad, handball over the back to Bodie. Ball spills out the back now to Benny Mason with the glove on. Handball to Luke Daly. He's also got a glove on. Kick off the ground. Good work by Hatton. Intercepted. Taken away now nicely by Matty Tanner, and he kicks to centre wing, Gussie.
And he tries to find a teammate. Here's O'Hara for the Swans. Inboard to Luff, and he's on centre wing. Kicking long down the line, Van Berlo just read it nicely and says, hey boys, let's take a bit of sting out of this one. The co-coach for the Cats comes inboard. Marty Brennan, he's a fancy for the Barton medal. Run down by a running tackle from Jones. And Jones is going to get the ball here for the Chilton Swans. He's going to kick laterally. Braden O'Hara, he doesn't like the delivery like that, but he makes it look better than what it was. Inside 50, nice looking ball. Found Vandermeer, who's too far to score. He's going to play on, give himself the best opportunity. Top of the goal square. Great defensive work from the Cats. Impacting that contest was Jones for Rutherglen. And the ball spills out of bounds for a boundary throw as we go to Scoot. Thanks to our good friends at JJ's Waste and Recycling.
Dylan Van Berlo's covered a couple of Ks already, boys. Gone from the ruck straight into that back line, and McWilliams has he's shifted onto the centre-half back line.
Nice throw back into Van Berlo again. Knocks it almost outside forward 50. It ends up there. Now, McWilliams, seeing plenty of the footy earlier. Hurried right foot kick. Sport from behind there was good from Willett. Inside ball centering. Pryor creates a little bit of space for Bodie Hibbison. Handball on to the other Hibbison, Brad. And Chilton have the first goal of the afternoon. A good set-up play there. McWilliams involved again. And the Swans take the first goal of the game, Scooter. Gee, that was just a bit of push the ball forward, lock it in, and they got the result.
Just scrag it forward by the looks of it. We haven't had a decent disposal yet, but they just kept the ball willing forward. There is a slight breeze going to the northern end of the ground, boys. So
To the left of the screen, Scoot.
the left of the screen, yes. What do we call that's the Barclay Estate end, Barclay Park Estate. There'll be some houses popping up there soon.
So Chilton, they score first on the Commercial Club Albury score where they lead 1 straight 6 to the Cats yet to score. Back in the middle, head over the football there is Mason, the captain for the Cats. Hacked forward there by Oates for Rutherglen, inside forward 50. Dion Gleeson got a good fist. Now Braden O'Hara clears up towards the half-back flank. Breaking away is McWilliams. Tries to do a bit more than what he was potentially capable of. The Swans now get the ball down the line. Mark has been taken. True centre wing on the outer side. Quinn wants to come inboard. Crunching pie on Tanner. Now the ball's in dispute. Mason and Tanner locking horns, and Tanner's going to win himself a free kick here for the Cats at centre half back. Might have been for a high there on the captain.
Yeah, good spot up, Gussie. Mark taken by Brendan Morris. He'll go to the far side of the ground. It's a long way from home out there, Edmondson. A little chipping kick. Marty Brennan has found a heap of space, all on his own. Goes short, kick inside forward 50. Mark was missed there by Cooper. They've got numbers at the footy. James Tanner, been prominent, inside ball. Chilton have got numbers. O'Hara overran it. Ball sits 15 metres out from the Rutherglen goal. Now they might be a chance. Quick kick by Hatton. Knocked away. Kick off the ground. Diving on the ball desperately. They'll lock it down, and it will be a ball up at the edge of the 10-yard square. Chilton lead it early. They got the first goal 6-0. Here's Gus McLeod.
All thanks to Albury-Wodonga MG. Going to go up in the ruck here is Cooper. Going to do some battle here with McWilliams. In dispute. Chilton via Lappin. Just want to hack it on the boot long down the line, but it's been intercepted. And the Cats are going to get the ball inside forward 50 pretty quickly via Oates. Oates called to play on inside 50, out on the lead. Mark has been dropped. Playing on, snapping across his body is Beattie. Not the best kick, but it dribbles through for a minor score. on the Commercial Club Albury scoreboard. It is the Cats hitting the scoreboard for the first time this afternoon with a minor score. They trail the Swans by 5 points. We've got a Scooter Fraser for JJ's Waste and Recycling.
Gee, if the Cats can take a mark inside 50, boys, they'd have a couple of shots a goal. That's 2 sitters they've dropped.
5 minutes gone on the Jappo Donks time sheet. Oh, Mitchy Hemming's been put under the pump there. I'm not sure if it carried the full 15. It doesn't matter of stuff. Here's O'Hara. That'll carry 15. About 55-metre kick to the advantage of a couple of numbers out there. Dion Gleeson's there. Ducks under one. Inside handball to Finn Lappin. Bounces past one. Game number 100 for Finn Lappin today. Kick's not a good one, though. And Marty Brennan takes a mark on true centre wing for the Rutherglen Cats. Aubrey side of the ground. He kicks down the line, and it's not one of his, but he kicked it back towards Lappin. They're playing kick to kick. Intercepted by Rutherglen, though. Comes inside forward 50. A diving attempt there by Beattie. Ball is the hands now of O'Hara, who's picking up plenty of footy, Gus. It's a beautiful kick, and he finds Lappin at halfback.
Scooter Fraser for JJ's Waste and Recycling. And Braden O'Hara's the only bloke that's hit a target on the ground so far.
Wasn't that a ripping one there? 40-metre bullet pass to Lappin. That's what you want to look up and see coming towards you.
McWilliams under the pump, fed it backwards. And now that man again, O'Hara, wants to attack the corridor for the Swans. Nice defensive play there by Plemming, the captain for the Cats. Hibberson feeds the ball backwards, and long down the line goes Shannon for the Chilton Swans. Got a bad bounce. Attacking this ball was Vandermeer. Left it behind for Jones. Jones on the right, inside forward 50 with a grubber. Coming out is Hibberson. Now feeding it back to Pryor. Shot on goal for the Chilton Swans. Quinn can't quite get it through. He can! Gee, good bounce. I thought the Sharon was going to backfire on him there, and that's a goal for the Chilton Swans. They've got 2, and all of a sudden they go coast to coast, scoot and kick a goal when Rutherglen did all the attacking play.
Well, the highlight there, did you see the club umpire, goal umpire there, getting into perfect position. Didn't look like it was going to bounce through, but he was there right on the spot. Yeah, delivery going forward is the big key there, and just didn't Adam Pryor anticipate that bounce. You could just see that it was going to bounce over Shannon's head and fire off the handball, and a beautiful goal.
He met it with a bit of purpose. And the Quinn the Eskimo, I think we christened him earlier in the year, Scoot, back in round 1 up at Butson Park. Now we're at Barclay Park. We've got Bermufa Park. Geez, they love a B. Love a park. We're back in the middle. So 2 early goals here to Chilton. 2 straight 12 lead. Rutherglen 1 behind. We've gone just over 7 minutes on the Jappo Donks time clock. We're doing this quarter for Elders Rural. Bodie Hibberson, he's been amongst it too. Got a hurried little kick. Benny Mason came from nowhere. And he's a vigorous tackle. He'll pick up a free kick. So Mason, handball immediately to Hemming. Drives it long. Pryor from behind. Pryor, 1 grab, 2 grab, marks. Adam Pryor, former Doug Strang medalist, will have a set shot 40 out directly in front.
And quickly, Ned Quinn got straight to him. He was very happy with his big full forward taking the mark there.
Oh, look out, here's O'Hara. Oh, Marty Brennan just said, I don't want to chase that bloke.
Here comes Adam Pryor directly in front. He starts it high. It's going to drift with the breeze. It swings to the left. Minor score, 2-1-13. Chilton, Rutherglen just the one behind, and that is on the Commercial Club scoreboard. Scotty Fraser.
I was going to say the wind has swirled a little bit and going towards the other side of the ground now, so...
That really sat up in the wind, didn't it? Hence
yeah.
why Braden O'Hara come on the overlapping run.
Yeah, he's one that would pierce the wind. It wouldn't even bother him.
Brendan Morris brings it out to our broadcast position. Ferraro in a battle against Hibberson. Taken across the chalk, out of bounds, Luke Vandermeer. And we'll bring the ball back into play right in front of our broadcast position. So in the first term for Elders Rural, we've got a goal to Bodie Hibberson and Ned Quinn for the Chilton Swans, while the Rutherglen Cats only the 1 minor score. But the game's been fairly even so far. And it looks like the umpire's going to ball it up, not throw it in.
Well, I think that was the free. That was the decision in the end, Gus. He was hit all ball. A little overhead kick, a bit of Ronaldo there. We've got a Ferraro. We don't know about a Ronaldo. Now it's a free kick here. Umpire Aubrey, who actually still owes me $10 for a jar of honey. I must catch up with him post-match, Gussie.
Be unlike you to hold a grudge like that, Robert.
Up it goes. I might save that for a finals game if he's doing the Brookers. Who knows? Here we go. Hurry kick by Jet Peters. Oh, Braden O'Hara. He's a star, this boy, Gus. He marks true centre wing. This one will go wide. And he has found a teammate in Vandermeer.
You can just see in a game like today why Chilton took their time with Braden O'Hara, getting him right to come back into the senior side. I reckon he's had 7 or 8 match act disposals already. The Swans want to get it inside their attacking 50. Van Berlo just sits in the hole, brought it front and centre, but Doolan was up to the challenge. Pryor's going to try and lurk around for the handball. On hands and knees was Jones for the Cats. Ball's in dispute, it just pinballs around. Kicking in danger, umpires paid it. And it's going to go the way of Mark. No, it's not. It's going to go to Quinn. And he's going to be too far to score here, Scoot, surely going into the breeze.
Yeah, he'd have to sit it up outside the right-hand goalpost to get the distance.
Hit the barrel, Quinny.
Here's big Ned Quinn. He strikes it okay. It's offline, top of the goal square. Flying across was Doolan, and Van Berlo assisted into the behind post for a boundary throw-in. We've played 10.5 minutes here on the Japo Donks time clock, and we'll go to Scooter Fraser for JJ's Waste and Recycling.
Bodie Hibberson again at the bottom of that pack before, really pushing for that final spot next week.
Yeah, he always pops up, doesn't he?
Always in and under.
As a push, a free kick, and it's going to go the way of Chilton again. So it looks like
Big Luffy.
Big Luffy's got hold of it.
Or was it Vogel?
Or Jimmy Vogel. So
Jimmy
the
Vogel.
ruck infringement, Scoot.
I didn't see it, boys.
Yeah.
I was looking at the goal square, but
So James Vogel will shoot from, 30 metres out, almost directly in front. Maybe aim it out to his right a little bit, to the right-hand goal post. Vogel runs straight at it, and he has not allowed enough. In fact, he's kicked it out of bounds on full, so that breeze might be a little bit more significant than we think. Or you just say it was a rough kick.
It's just ruckman, Scoot.
Well, you can tell him, Gussie. I'm going to say it was wind assisted.
I was going to say left footer, but then realised I was a left footer.
Yeah.
The voice of Scooter Fraser for JJ's Waste and Recycling.
Who kicked a goal last week for the Akandanda Twos.
And got
With
dropped.
the right foot, though.
That's the versatility you provide, Scott.
And he got dropped after as well. Don't have to be dead to be stiff.
Managed, yeah.
Come back for the finals. So I think Morris is going to get this kick, but he's a little bit slow to get there.
I think the head chairman of selectors was Linda Fraser.
So Morris for the Cats, normally a prolific ball user, I should say. Former CDHBU big man. Hits a teammate up in the back pocket. Ball's in the hands of Caulfield. Caulfield wants to play on for the Cats. They're going to go long down the wing, high up and under. Trying to find a teammate. Lappin did well defensively. O'Hara absorbed quickly in a big tackle and will ball the footy up. True centre wing on the outside. Chilton, they lead 2-1-13 to the Cats, one behind. Commercial Club scoreboard.
Good terminology, Gussie. He was absolutely absorbed. He had nowhere to go. Finn Lappin couldn't quite gather that one. He goes back for another go and he fed a handball back to O'Hara, which was good. O'Hara kicks it towards centre wing. They've got some numbers at the fall of the ball now, the Cats. They're just going to be clean here. Edmondson goes to the right-hand side of the game. From behind, the fist comes in.
Holding
and
the man.
Free kick, holding the man. So the free kick's going to go the way of Jared Hatton. Now, he may be some chance from there, would he? Scoot, or what? No, he's going to have to kick from 60. But
If anyone would back themselves in.
I tell you what, he has gone back with a bit of purpose here. He's taken his cricket run up.
He can launch him, Hatsy.
Here we go. He's a booming left footer. He'll have to kick this all of 60 metres. Winds it up. Puts it high. Drives it long. It'll be top of the goal square. From behind, the flying high. Ball comes to ground. Through traffic there. And did well with Van Claveren. Got a handball to a teammate. Now they come off half back. Moving the ball beautifully. This is Chilton footy at its best, Gus.
It certainly is. A long way from home is Quinn. Shakes and bakes and wants to come inboard. Nice work from Morris, who come off his defensive line. Brennan got no support. The opposing number 4 and the captain, Mason, set upon him at pace. Wins a free kick for holding the ball. Kicks out to the advantage, trying to find a teammate at Daly. Needs a good bounce. Set upon quickly. The Cats have numbers. It's inside 50 to Doolan. Gee, I'll tell you what, I don't know if that went the required distance, but Mark Doolan was very happy to hear the umpire blow the whistle. They have a set shot on a pretty tight angle, 35, 40 metres out.
How good is Benny Mason's tackling? Just that awareness.
Twice.
Yeah, unbelievable. Set up that. A great rebound out of the back line there by Hibberson to set up that kick into the middle as well.
So let's see if the most experienced goal kicker on the ground in Mark Doolan can combat the breeze. Kicking straight into the teeth of it. Right foot kick is through the middle. Cream rises to the top. Mark Doolan, he bangs through his 30th goal for season 2025. And the Swans have 3. They lead 19-1 for the Commercial Club.
Fantastic effort getting on in it. I think it was 15.1 metres Peter Aubrey measured out. That was a fair kick. And as you'll see on the live stream there, the total edge protection goal just pops up across the screen.
Years of experience with that kick, Scooter. wasn't there? He just
he
knew
gave
the
a
amount.
fist pump as soon as he kicked it. He knew exactly,
It's like a little tricky curling putt. Wasn't he? Just loud enough
That's-
borrow, and in
his
it went.
own goal kicking ad, Mark Dawn. Don't back chat me, fella. I know goal kicking.
Now they're going to get down the middle again. Mitchy Hemmings, geez, always busy. Kick comes to half forward. Quinn the Eskimo overran it. Here's Doolan, the goal kicker. Quinn back at it. There's a bit of a to-do going on here. Scooter, you keep an eye on the blue. You love a bit of that stuff. Now running through Van Claveren. Gathers, drives it long. All on his own out here in the far side of the ground is Vandermeer, Jaden. Gives up a bit of ground. He got it back to O'Hara. He broke one tackle, then he had to handball in a hurry. He somehow found Benny Mason. Swings around on his left foot. Centered it. Doolan at it. Doolan! Gee, takes a good grab. A great outdoors mark and player of the day contender there.
It's been called out in the full, I think.
Oh,
There's controversy here. What's the decision going to be?
No,
Well, maybe
they're
he
throwing
can't.
it in. He may not have taken
He might have
it.
fumbled it
Juggled
across.
it, Gus.
The
Yeah.
goal umpire.
We've watched the
boundary
replay,
umpire.
Angus. We've got on the live stream here. We're about 30 seconds ahead, everyone who's watching this at home.
Well, I'll call the action. You
You
can
call
watch
it,
the
I'll watch
replay.
it, mate.
What a good boundary throw-in that was. Missed both ruckman. Appealing for the football was Vandermeer. Head over the footy. Nice tackle applied there by Brad Hibberson. Crunching his way through here is the captain in Plemming. And the umpire calls for a ball up, 40 metres out.
Now, I'm not suggesting
goal.
anything, but the boundary umpire does look to have a pair of navy shorts on.
Right.
So if it's line ball, go with the home side. I've got no issue
Well,
with
there was
that.
3 of them there to sort it out. Van Berlo, he won the tap down, trying to break through here for the Cats. Is Ferraro. He's set upon and been given a holding the ball against him, and it's going to go the way of the Chilton Swans. And ball's in the hands here of Mitch Hemming.
Oh, good man to have it.
Of course, multiple premiership player with the Swans, and he'll go back and have a set shot. This will probably be right on the distance, I reckon, Scoot, kicking into the teeth of the breeze. You're going to have to kick at 45.
He's not a huge kick, but he's very... No, he's going to pass it
He's
off.
going to go short into the leading lane of Pryor. He dropped it on his chest. Ball spills out now. It's in dispute. Trying to make something of this are the Cats. They're going to clear defensive lines. Plemming's been busy. Out towards the half-back flank. Edmondson's trying to get involved, lurking for a handball. So's James Tanner. Umpire said it's upon it and we'll ball it up on the junction of the 50-metre arc and the boundary line here at Barclay Park in Rutherglen.
That little fracas before you saw
Yes.
Robbie was Brad Hibberson and Matt Tanner close
yeah.
checking each other. Just a little bit of to-do work.
The Morris kicks it down the line. Oh, a good contest there. Both players come up, not a problem. And Dion Gleeson is wrapped up like a State of Origin Rugby League forward. What do you got for us, Angus?
Around the grounds, thanks to the great outdoors. Barnawatha lead 3-4-22 to Beechworth 2-1-13, almost at quarter time in that game.
Okay, so the consequence there would be Beechworth lose that. They're going to rely on some other results.
Correct.
All right, here they go now. Hemming again, pumps the ball inside forward 50. Flying high is Doolan from behind. Was good effort from Chris Willett. Backing up nicely was your boy Plemming, Gus. He kicks it to a very congested midfield at the moment. Mitch Hemming over the footy. Handball release was good to Benny Mason. Inside forward 50. Got numbers here. Pryor, Bodie Hibberson. Look for a handball. He might be in trouble here. Umpire Aubrey says, give it to me, fellas. Ball up. 30 out from the Chilton goal. They leave 19-1. And it's for Elders Rural this first quarter here at Barclay Park.
Almost 20 gone thanks to Jappo Donks. Van Berlo won the tap, trying to get dangerous here. Chris Willett, not overly happy with that there. Just throwing a little bit of argy-bargy. And he might have won himself a free kick here. Ed
Has.
Quinn, not overly impressed by it. And Willett, former Billabong Crow, will have the ball in the back pocket.
Yeah.
Chrissy Willett, good man.
Good fella.
Related to James, the shooter.
Oh, even better shot, they reckon.
Potentially. Hacked forward there by Luff, but set upon here by the Cats. They're going to kick up to half forward. Have a crack at that was Jared Hatton on the half volley. Now O'Hara there for the Swans. Umpire says we'll ball it up. Tell you what, Scoot, when Rutherglen break away from half back, they look excited. Just got to hit a few more targets, I reckon.
They do. It just needs to get up a little bit more, and Hatsy could have taken that and turned around, and they've got an inside 50.
Van Berlo plucked it out of the ruck contest and punted it himself down forward. And umpire signals out of bounds on the full, I think he has. Or has he? Might have been.
It is a...
Or was it
No, the
touch?
central umpire said throw it in. Thanks.
Said chuck it in. I like this Sandful rule where the team that kicks it out, the other opposition gets it straight back. Don't be surprised that comes in the AFL down the track. Anyway, that's for another time. Here's Hatton. Oh, quick look away. Handball. Only trouble is no one was looking. Through traffic here was good. Matty Tanner. Handball to Hatton. Jared Hatton lines up and has sprayed it to the right-hand side. A near miss. So big chance there for the Rutherglen Redlegs. They're 2 behinds. They trail Chilton, who are 3-1-19. That's on the Commercial Club scoreboard. And the Jappo time clock, Gus, we've gone exactly 20 minutes.
Jones kicks long down the line. It all started with Braden O'Hara. Now it's Mason for the Swans trying to find Hibberson. Bit of friendly fire there. Going back with the pack was Caulfield. Handballs inboard. Trying to make another go. This is Caulfield. Set upon quickly was Ferraro. Umpire says we'll ball the footy up. And look how quickly the Chilton Swans moved the ball from coast to coast. A kick from full back in 15 seconds. They got the ball at half forward. Right in front of our broadcast position in the cubic transport truck. A big shout out to Brad Thompson, the team, for supplying our rig this afternoon. Long down the line. Big contest. Finn Lappin got a big fist on that one. Sees it out of bounds in front of Tommy Kilpatrick. In front of the past players. And I tell you what, Scoot, they'd be looking forward to celebrating a goal because it sounds like they're well hydrated.
I can only imagine what the 1985 Reserves Premiership celebration was like out here at Rutherglen.
Now, his head-on collision there. Oh, I reckon you're stiff there, Van Bill. No, don't argue with Van Bill. He couldn't do much about that.
And he's the last bloke I'd be arguing with on the ground.
The player ducked into it, I thought, in my humble opinion. Here's Mason and Edmondson. Mason just controls the footy. And Marty Brennan comes in. He's pinged him. So Marty squared him up there. So Marty Brennan might only be possession number 2. He'll drive it to left-hand side. He does that. High ball from behind. Up they go. Ball comes to ground. They've got numbers. Here's a chance. Kicking. Shot on goal. James Tanner has nailed it. So the Redlegs are on the board. They needed that. 1-2-8. Trail Chilton 3-1-19. And it was certainly a great outdoors Markham Player of the Day contender. And you can throw in a Union Hotel goal of the day, Scooter.
I think that's the way Rutherglen are probably going to have to get their goals. Just bust, and get it through the pack like that. Just because Finn Lappin and Luff are just a little bit taller, I'd love to see Big Kilpatrick get up on top of him because he's got a big frame. He can take a big mark and looks like he's got some legs that pump the ball a long way.
Back to 11 points here.
Oysters, they call him.
Oysters. Kilpatrick. One of your best there, Scoot.
If you're watching on the live stream, that scoreboard's not quite right. So it should be 3-1-19 to 1-2-8.
We'll get it updated shortly. Might have just had a slight drop out here, but that's okay. We'll soldier on. And the ball's up in the middle, Big Mac.
It is indeed. So here we go. They'll go forward again here, Rutherglen. They'd love back-to-back goals here. They're not going to get it because O'Hara, with his experience, gave it to Gleeson. Got the old 1-2 back to Braden O'Hara. The beautiful kick. Finds Benny Mason at centre wing. Now Mason will play on, goes short, kicks okay. Finds Van Claveren. This one will come inside forward 50. Pryor leads to the right. Doolan comes up the guts and marks. Mark Doolan might be too far out to score. 45 out from goal. Sees Adam Pryor. And Adam Pryor marks in a very tight situation. Just alongside the boundary line, Scoot, about 20 metres out. He goes short. Intercepted brilliantly by Marty Brennan, and Brennan will relieve. They're under the pump there, Gussie, and Brennan's kick's not bad towards Edmondson.
Oh, it spills out the back and well set upon there by Oates, who kicks long down the line for the Cats. Ball's in dispute. Tracking this one back is Dion Gleeson, who looks like he's been in the barber shop during the week, Scoot. He's had a fresh rinse put through the hair.
Well, his partner does own a hairdresser's shop, so he probably gets a freebie every now and then. But really love the way he can dominate a game for 10 or 15 minutes at a time.
Love his move to half back as well.
Yeah.
I think it's been a real game changer for the Swans. Rutherglen via Brennan, just get it inside forward 50. Need to find a target. Flying across was Cooper. Brought it front and square. Jida House is down as well. And there's a little bit of friendly fire here for the Cats. Jida House a bit slow to get up. And I think Charlie Beattie's the other one as well, Scoot. They might have had a bit of a clash of knees there.
Yep. Might have been a bit higher than the two, Gus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Boundary throwing deep into Cats attacking territory. Gee, they'd love one here with the Cattery. Throwing on the boot is Plummer. Top of the goal square. The Cats reckon it's through. The goal umpire is saying no, it was touched, and it's a minor score to the Cats. One behind of the Cats. And Braden O'Hara will bring it out to Lappin.
Lappin, game number 100. That's a beautiful kick too. And he finds Quinn the Eskimo. Nice little chipping kick from behind Hibberson. He pushed, he did. And Pete Aubrey's been around longer than most. He can't pull the wool over his eyes. And a free
Well, the
kick.
boundary umpire did earlier.
Yeah, he did actually. Here he is. And Tyler Ferraro. Sounds like an F1 driver, doesn't he? Takes the free kick. Pushing the back again. Yes, it is indeed. Advantage rule played here. Brennan from downtown. Kicks to the top of the goal square. It beats defender and attacker. And it's going to be thrown in 5 metres around from the Rutherglen goal. They trail by 10 points. And we're doing this quarter for Elders Rural.
I didn't mind the fact they played on then. I think it's really worth, because if they had us stopped up and then entered 50, Chilton would have had a bit of time to get back. So it's still in there, forward 50, chance for a goal.
Yeah, breaking away from this contest is Cooper. Should have been holding the ball. Umpire was generous.
Actually, Marty Brennan would be probably disappointed, Gus. He didn't do better out of that situation.
Yeah, I think he was waiting for Charlie Beattie to lead. The lead didn't come. And
Stuff, Charlie. Run it.
throw up the football. Siren sounds here for quarter time at Barclay Park in Rutherglen. Hang on. A little bit of argy-bargy. We'll stay with this one here because you just never know what can happen. The umpires like to get the whistles out. We might see a free kick.
He's trying to get him to disperse, Gus, and he's not having a lot of luck at the moment.
No, and surprise, surprise, my man Jared Hatton, right amongst the thick of things here for the Rutherglen Cats. Quarter time, and what a good first term it was, thanks to Elders Rural. The Commercial Club Albury scoreboard reads the Chilton Swans 3-1-19 to the Rutherglen Cats 1-3-9. Here on the TDFL live stream, stick with us, plenty more to come on the other side of the break. Welcome back to Barclay Park here in Rutherglen for our TDFL live stream coverage this afternoon. We'll go around the grounds to Scotty Scooter Fraser. We've got some big updates in the TDFL, including 100 watch on Connor Newnham at Kiwa Sandy Creek.
Yeah, we're on Newnham watch. They tried to pepper him early, the Kiwa boys. So the quarter time was from Zach Fulford was just let it happen organically. But he has kicked 3, so he's into the 90s. He's on 91 for the season, and over at the kennel, Jeff Garrick, he's kicked 4 in the first quarter, so he's up to 79. I reckon if the Goona can make the finals, we might have dual Centurions.
It'll be like Buddy and Fev down at the...
well, Fev didn't get there, but...
We had it in the O&M, the year Paddy Rose kicked 100 and Fev. One game at Myrtleford, one at Yarra, about 2 minutes apart. It happened. Yeah.
There we go. Righto. We're not too far away from getting underway in the second term here. The TDFL live stream.
So the score at quarter time at Thurgoona was 12-10-82 to Vettering Zip. And the score also up the hill at quarter time. Barmutha Park, Barnawatha 4-5-29 lead Beechworth 2-1-13.
Here we go. Let's get ready to rock and roll on the TDFL live stream. It's all thanks to McGregor Machinery with Robbie McKinlay.
Thanks, Gussie. And here we go. So Chilton will take a 10-point lead in to the second term. Overrunning it there was Quinn, who's been fantastic today. Look away handball from Cofield. Got it on to Van Berlo. Kicked it to centre wing. Good one-on-one contest here. Clever hands there. It was nice there from Vandermeer. Goes to Braden O'Hara. Chiselling kick is an absolute beauty. And it finds Quinn, who along with O'Hara, I think have been the best 2 players on the ground so far. Good work from Quinn. We're just trying to unpack who's underneath there. It's Doolan. He was beset upon there by Chris Willett. Now Doolan's kick. Oh, it's an old scrubber, mongrel one, but it might work out okay. Over the back, couldn't be marked. Bumped off the footy there. There's a chance here now. Tanner overrun it. Kick off the ground there. Hemming. He overran it too. Hatton under pressure. And he's going to be pinged for incorrect disposal. Now he's come up, not real happy with life there. Jared Hatton, he's given Mark Doolan just a little cuff under the ear.
Bit of feedback.
And there we go, and it'll be Bodie Hibberson who's right amongst it too. He'll take the free kick, Gus.
Well, Bodie, I reckon he's equally as good at Jared at dishing it out. As he kicks inside forward 50 for the Swans. Willett, he went high with the fist and missed it. As Van Berlo, DVB, just pumps it as long and far as he possibly can. Bringing it to ground was Weller. Now it's going to go back inside 50 for the Swans with Benny Jones. Throws it on the right, top of the goal square. Beautiful mark. I reckon it's Luke Daly.
Yeah, I reckon you're right, Gussie.
No, it's not. The mark's been taken. Top of the goal square. It might be Hemming.
No,
nonetheless, it's a Chilton Swan who's taken the mark. We'll get him to turn around and we'll picture this one. And he copped a little bit of attention on the way through. It's Vandermeer.
Oh. We're all wrong.
We're all wrong. It's Vandermeer, of course, one of the more senior players. Not used to him seeing play so close to goal. He's spent a lot of time across half back and on a wing in the premiership era. This one shouldn't trouble him for distance. We don't know what the breeze is doing at that end of the ground, but he's on a 45-degree angle, pretty close, and the breeze isn't doing anything when you kick it that hard and that straight. It's through the big sticks for a Union Hotel goal of the day, and the Swans have their 4th. They lead 4-1. To the Cats, 1-3. We've played 2.5 minutes, thanks to Jappo Donks.
Cats need a little bit of composure coming out of that back line. It just seems to be thrown onto the boot, up in the air, and pretty much a 50-50. And unfortunately, if it's hit the ground, the bounce has gone Chilton's way. So get a little bit more composure coming out of that back 50. The Cats can get back into the game.
Yeah, I think you're spot on, Scooter. They probably just haven't handled the breezy conditions as well.
And you can hear it too coming through our effects mic, how strong that breeze is.
Up it goes again, umpire Aubrey flings it in the air. Brad Hibberson might have been held with out of it. Over the footy there was James Tanner. And it's going to be another ball up. Just to the replay, that shot on goal there, and just allowing for the breeze superbly there was Vandermeer. Brennan needs to lift. He's going to be penalised again. Another great tackle. And again, guess who? Ben Mason. He's like a tackling machine. It would be, and I think that's the 3rd one on Marty Brennan today, so...
And his move to the midfield this year has been superb. He looks fitter, leaner, and he's running very, very well as Chilton want to go inside 50 with Lappin onto the lead in the chest of Doolan. Good footy there from the Swans, and I tell you what, Mark Doolan Yes, he's got to go back and finish him, but the delivery to the big duel has been superb, Scoot.
Yeah, that was a great kick by Lappin. Just nice, low enough that the fullback, Willett, wasn't going to be able to get a hand over the top and straight onto the chest of Doolin. Now, if he puts this on the left goal post, he'll have the distance for sure.
He's going to kick with the breeze assisting him, I'd say. We'll make contact with the Sharon 42, 43 metres out from goal.
Left goal post here, Gussie. Aim.
Don't have to tell Dools that, boys. He's smart enough. Here comes Mark Doolan. Can he kick goal number 31 for the season? You bet he can. And the Swans kick their 5th here on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard. They lead now by 21 points, thanks to McGregor Machinery.
Another great tackle by Ben Mason to set that up. Isn't it just amazing where you can have a really good turnover of a tackle just this side of back part of the centre square, and all of a sudden 2 disposals later you've got a goal from 40 out. Just perfect the way they run the ball out of the half back line, the Swans, and certainly on top at the moment.
Yeah, it's certainly a feature of the game, Chilton. I think that's why they still pose the biggest threat to Kiwi Sandy Creek. It's the way they move the ball. Back in the middle we go. Rutherglen need to get real busy here. Kick off the ground by Mitch Hemmings was clever. Van Berlo's gone to centre half back. He's a hurry kick. Kicks it towards Weller. Weller is good. Handball over the top. Matt Tanner under a lot of pressure. He pivoted okay. Got it back to Weller. Weller now drives the ball. 50 out from goal. Was there a push? No. Play on's a call. Nice work there by Michael Cooper. Cross goal. Bounce ain't good. Here's a chance now. Hatton got it on to Brennan. Brennan goes short. Looks for Edmondson. Needs a good bounce. Got it. Edmondson screws it over his left shoulder. Kicks it 20 out from goal. Great tackling there by the Swans. It was Paddy Wall. He's like a brick wall there. And it'll be balled up, Gus. 35 out from the Rutherglen goal. They trail by 22 points.
How good was that from Luke Daly, just coming off his line to impact the contest? Up goes the footy. In attacking third here for the Rutherglen Cats. Lappin got the ball from O'Hara. He's going to kick across goal. Went the required distance just. And marking on the goal line is Dion Gleeson, the assistant coach here for the Swans. Of course, they are kicking with the breeze, but it is swirling here at Barclay Park, Scoot. He goes short and finds a teammate.
I might get a ruler for umpire Aubrey half time just to check the distance.
Check the distance. Goes short inboard. Finds a teammate here in Patrick Wall, who wants to go out wide. Nice looking kick into the hands of Mason for the Swans. Mason wants to attack the corridor here, and he's marked the ball. Centre half back to Jones. Jones kicks out towards a bit of grass. Getting a decent bounce here is Vandermeer. Now he needs to be clean on the pickup. He is so. Running on 50 is Shannon. Not the best kick from Shannon inside forward 50. Pryor, he lurks. Willett's there for the Cats. Umpire says we'll ball it up. It's one thing Chiltern have done so well today. Coast to coast footy. Rather than have been standing up on the last line.
Vogel on, McWilliams off for the ruck.
He's been good, McWilliam, hasn't he? Bodie Hibberson, busy, busy, busy. Back to Mitchie Hemming, pivoted, swiveled, drives it long. Hemming at goal. And it's left by, it's a smart move there by Ryan Jones, because he realised he lets it go, it'll go out in the full. If I try to mark it, I might fumble it. And he's, good, smart play. And Jones, who's got the job on Adam Pryor today. So Pryor so far hasn't kicked a goal. Mark Doolan, the only multiple goal kicker with 2. Fortuitously, Gus. That is just so clever. It held up in the breeze and Van Berlo said, I'll have that.
I think the Great Outdoors mark of the day, we can probably claim it, but not the best as Van Berlo goes long down the line. Gee, good mark out in front. I thought Kilpatrick was stiff there. Umpire says play on. Hatton, this is Jared, high up and under the middle of the ground, trying to find a teammate in House. House let it go to ground level, then sets upon a good tackle. He's going to have a crack for holding the ball. Umpire says no. Now it's Luke Daly for the Swans with poise. Brings it out to our broadcast position. Van Claveren wants to go through the corridor for the Chilton Swans, sitting in the hole, taking a nice strong mark. The leading lanes were open there, but Mark Doolan just wasn't on the same page. The Cats intercept, and they're going to bring it out to our broadcast position. Impacting was Vogel, brought it front and centre. So was Weller for the Cats. Ball in dispute. Now Marty Brennan. Oh, I reckon it's incorrect disposal. Umpire lets it go and he pumps it long.
It might have been a push. He has spotted it. Now it's an open goal square here.
Cooper's one out.
Oh, it could be 50, is it? Jeez. Oh, it should have been.
I don't know why Dion Gleeson was going off there. That was a fair old push in the back.
Cooper drives it into the forward pocket. Marked beautifully
Beatty.
by Beatty. Charlie Beatty. And he's on a... He's got up like a half-open pocket knife as Charlie Beatty. He's got bandages already on his knee.
Well, he had that big whack in the first term as well.
He did too, Gus. And, well, it's good. You know more about him.
He's kicked a bag of goals a few times this year. Might be this pocket that he trains in all the time. I'm going to back him in. Right
24 for the year.
Here he comes. Beatty. 5 metres in from the boundary. 30 out from goal. Kick on the way, they need it. It's swinging across the face of the goals and it's rushed through for a minor score. So Rutherglen 1-4-10, trail Chilton 5-1-31. It's for McGregor Machinery. You can't beat a bit of Scottish machinery, Gus, as you know.
Yes, only the best. From full back, O'Hara. Out wide, Gleeson needs to get a decent bounce here. Got it, picked it up cleanly, sells a bit of candy, shakes and bakes and put Rory Beatty to shame. Long kick down the line. Works out okay. Shannon's got it. Wants to come inboard for the Swans. In fact, it was Van Claveren. Up towards half forward. Doolan. Clean pick up. Inside 50 go the Swans. Intercepting nicely is Brendan Morris, who's normally a pretty good kick from D50, but this time he's going to go long. Long down the line, trying to find a teammate. The teammate he was trying to find was Tyler Ferraro, out of bounds. In front of the Inspirations Paint scoreboard, which sees the Swans in front 31-10. The Cats just need the next screw. They're not well and truly out of this one. They've been playing some good footy. Just need to get some scoreboard conversion.
Just more crisp disposal getting forward, and if they can hit the scoreboard more than points. But correct disposal is the best way to get there.
Here's a chance. They'll settle up through midfield. Cofield drives the ball to half forward. Overrunning it. Oh, he got one across the chops there. Was Plummer. Play on was the call. He kicked it inside forward 50. And it's a good mark taken there for Rutherglen.
I reckon it's Cooper, Robbie.
I reckon it
Michael
could be Cooper.
Yep.
Nick Cooper. And he sort of half fancies his chances here as Marty Brennan comes to the interchange bench.
He's a wild operator, this bloke.
Cooper?
Yeah.
Or Marty Brennan?
Oh, both.
Both. Here comes Cooper. He'll kick it from exactly 49 metres. Kick on the way. It's pushed it. Oh, I think it hit the post.
That's in. No, he's back.
Snapshot goal. Edmondson, is it?
Yep.
Edmondson has snapped a miracle goal. I thought it had cannoned off the goal post, but it came off the back of someone's scone, I think. And Edmondson snapped it through for an incredible goal.
Braden O'Hara's shaking his head. I don't know whether he...
A Union Hotel goal of the day. We've got the advantage of looking back on our replay here. And we're going to...
We'll have a look at this, boys, but I reckon it's come off someone's back. Yep, you bet it has.
Number there.
I reckon it's come off the foot or the back of Jida House.
Yeah.
But I think Braden O'Hara...
Lucky we got the replay because I thought it looked like it had come off the fence and back into play. Very good roving there. Fantastic goal. Cats are back in with a chance.
31 plays 16, 15-point margin here. The Swans lead the Rutherglen Cats. 12 minutes gone for Jappo Donks. And they're going to get the centre clearance here, Scoot, for a free kick. And a 50 for JJ's Waste and Recycling Scooter.
Yeah, Dylan Van Claveren is the one that gave away the 50, but... sorry, the free kick. I don't know what the 50 is for.
It's a fair old 50.
Gee, it's good real estate.
Have a look at that, Gussie.
Wowee. I would like to buy a house off that bloke. So all of a sudden, this is a double play here for the Cats. This will bring the margin back to single digits. Kicking to the town end. Right left foot kick misses. I reckon it's Jet Peters who's put it wide, and it's a minor score. Gee, they let him off there with a big, big opportunity.
They did, mate. They could have got the margin back to the half-time, quarter-time score. Would have been 2 goals each. Kick in by Luke Daly and Van Claveren. He tried to keep the ball in play.
Might be the footy gods there, Robbie.
Sometimes it works like that, Gussie. It certainly does. Right in front of a palm tree. It's an unusual thing to see a palm tree in a winter sport here at Rutherglen. It's out there, and a boundary umpire flicks it back into play. O'Hara in the ruck. Couldn't control it. Ferraro. He was the one who got it out, but he was tackled straight away. Little Edmondson, he's busy. He kicked a magnificent goal there not that long ago. Here's Hatton, wants a good bounce. Oh, he sort of tipped Luke Daly up and over his head and was friendly again. It was all no ferocity in it. It was just one of those things that happens. Good.
Might get you, Scoot, to see if we can track some around the grounds in the TDFL, of
Right
course.
onto it, mate. Beechworth have kicked 3 goals in the last 5 minutes to lead by 2 points.
Oh,
over
that's why.
Barney.
We'll get the
Up
rest of
there
them
at Murphy
shortly.
Park. Thaguna 100 lead Dettering 13.
We'll get the rest of them, of course. Connor Newnham update. We'll try and track him throughout the day.
Jeez,
How many did he have at quarter time, Scoot? Was it 4 at the first break?
He had 3 at the first break, and Kev Garricky had 4 for Thaguna.
We're on ton watch this afternoon as the Cats get it inside forward 50. House in a nice battle there. Gets the ball out of bounds. And
Who has a remarkable resemblance to Scott Montgomery.
oh,
we believe.
how
don't we?
dare you insult Jida like that?
Sorry, Jida.
Interesting that Jeremy Luffy's playing solely as a backman today and probably most of the year. I would have thought with the absence of McGee, he might have spent a bit of time in the ruck. Perhaps it's a lever the Swans can pull after half-time. Nice tackle applied by Van Claveren.
Who said Jida House looked like Monty?
Yeah, I watched a bit of footage last night and I said to Gussie, geez, he looks like Monty. A bit tough on Jida, isn't it?
Very tough on Jida.
Yeah, sorry.
Umpire's going to throw it up 40 metres out from the Cats' goal. No ruckman got a great advantage from that. Here's Hatton throwing it on the left boot for the Cats. Top of the goal square. Beattie brought it front and centre. Put his head over the footy for the Cats. Ball's in dispute. Big tackle applied. Ooh. Nice work there from Sam Edmondson. He wraps up a big tackle. Will ball it up top of the goal square. How desperately the Cats would love the next.
Well, this is their great chance. Sits 20 out from their goal. Hatton's there. Is it Jida House? And a lot of other players too. And umpire Aubrey, who's been busy today. Pete. Kenny Wright doing game number 1200 today. What a legend of the game Kenny Wright has
effort,
been. Yeah, unbelievable. So good on you, Kenny. Well done. Up she goes. Plucked by McWilliams. And they're just not going to let it get out here. So they're going to have another restart here. Gussie, I'll let you take over here. It's 20 out from Rutherglen's goal. They trail 31-17. This quarter's from McGregor Machinery.
We've played almost 16 for Jappo Donks. In the ruck was Cooper. He won the tap for the Cats. McWilliams had over the footy. Umpire says we'll ball it up as Hemming's a little bit slow to get up. They're playing a real congested brand here. The Cats, they're just going to try and pounce on the Swans, but they've got to be careful. They don't allow them to counter-attack the other way. It's something the Swans have done well all day. Up in the ruck, winning it down there was McWilliams for the Swans, out wide towards the boundary line. Tracking it is Tanner for the Cats, and it's going to be a boundary throw-in as we go to Scooter Fraser for JJ's Waste and Recycling.
Thaguna have kicked plenty of goals, but it's 100-12 at the moment at the kennel. Dettering have got 2 goals, more than last week.
Here's Hemming breaking away from centre half back for the Chiltern Swans out towards the broadcast side. Big contest forms there. Good tackle applied. It was Tory Oates for the Cats who made the biggest impact. Joining in the action late was Ferraro, and we'll get a ball up right in front of our broadcast position. 31 plays 17. The Cats lead the Swans in the second term for McGregor Machinery.
Connor Newnham to 92 goals now.
92 for Newnham. Van Claveren, did he drop it? Cork had the ball, play onto call, did not have it. They think, oh, that's a clever handball over the top here for young Tanner. Matty Tanner just working working through traffic. Got the ball back to
Peters.
Jetty Peters. Here's Luke Daly. Oh, Van Claveren says out of the road, veteran. I'll take over from here. O'Hara, just a quick kick down the line. Brennan's there. He might have been free kick. Doesn't matter. Mitch Hemming got a hot handball to Bodie Hibberson, who was good enough to collect it. Inside handball was good to Van Claveren. He kicks long down the line. Going to beat Van Berlo. Couldn't take hold of the footy. Doolan did well. Fed it off nicely to Jones. Now it comes clear. It'll end up in the hands of Brad Hibberson. Shot on goal. Chilton have nailed it. A Union Hotel goal of the day contender. Brad Hibberson kicked it, but you can give it to a magnificent team effort. That is Chilton footy at its best, and they stretch the margin. 6-1-37, Rutherglen 2-5-17, and we're doing it from McGregor Machinery, and that is on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard.
The flick from Doolan to Jones there, that was all class.
Red hot footy from the Chilton Swans, and Hibberson just finished it superbly. 6-1-37, 2-5-17.
We talk about moments all the time, Jensen. I reckon the playing coach, DVB, would like to have his moment back again there. He normally clunks those for fun, Scoot, but the Rutherglen players weren't on the same page as the Chilton Swans because the Swans were there for the front and centre crumbs.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those On those marks where that could have been an inside 50 for Rutherglen, but it's 6 points the other way.
And he's still staying at centre half back. He's Van Berlo. Plummer for Rutherglen, inside 50, looking for a free kick for pushing the back was Cooper. Now he's going to have some crumbing to do for the Cats. The Swans are under the pump. Nice work from Tanner. Feeds it backwards in the back to Edmondson. Umpire says no. Play on. The Cats via Hatton on the left boot. High up and under inside forward 50. Beattie. He competes hard all day, does young Beattie. He's appealing for a free kick. Umpire says no, we'll ball the footy up. Rutherglen are just doing so much, but yet to have a scoreboard impact. The game's been really even, but Chilton have certainly been the better side, capitalising on their chances.
The pressure from Chilton's huge, though, isn't it?
Yeah, they brought us finals-type pressure to this game today. Up they go. Now here's a chance to snap to the goal square. Here's a chance for Jida House. Left foot snap. Ooh, and that's another chance missed. There's just been a couple of those this quarter. So minor score there to Monty House.
Half time at Butson Park, yakking down to 7 goals, 8 lead. Mido 1 goal 2.
Roos, who won't defend the premiership from last year in a hotly contested TDFL. Gussie, the only way to describe it this year. It's 8 sides, as Dan McAllister said today, could have been competitive in finals this year.
When was the last time you reckon Braden O'Hara had to fetch his own footy? Not until we come out to the Chilton Swans.
Well, in Rutherglen, you do as we do.
He'll kick in from full back for the Swans, long down the line, trying to find a target. It spills out the back. Tracking this one is Jida House for the Cats, but he can't quite get there. Spills out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. We go to Scooter Fraser, thanks to JJ's Waste and Recycling. If the Cats can nail one before half-time, I reckon it's back to game on.
Yeah, that's right. They're not far out of it. I mean, it's 7 scoring shots apiece. And some of those 5 points that Rutherglen have on the scoreboard there have been touched on the line or a little bit rushed. So if they a bit more composure, they're right in it.
Yeah, they've missed 2. Even Jida House just there about a minute ago had that opportunity. So, yep, as you said, they've got to start impacting a little bit on the scoreboard and get it under 3 goals by half-time. Chilton have been impressive. Smarty Brennan went very hard at that football, and it's going to have another ball up on that far side of the ground. And on the Inspirations Paint scoreboard, it's 6-1, 6-2, 38. Chilton, the Rutherglen 2-5, 17. And on the Japo Donks time clock, and big shout out to Simo and the crew, it is 21 minutes have ticked over here in the second quarter. Scooter Fraser's busily just rounding up a few scores and highlights and packages from right across the ground today. What do you got for us, Scoot? You got anything?
Up to 5 goals for the day, 93 for the season.
He'll be eyeing off the ton on the eve of half-time. Umpire says we'll ball it up as the 2 number 4s, Brennan and Ben Mason lock horns. What a great battle that's been so far and will continue to be throughout the duration of the game. Rutherglen just try and hack it forward, but it's going to go out of bounds for another boundary throw-in. So I'll bring the ball back into play, centre wing on the far side of the ground in the second term for McGregor Machinery. I hope you're enjoying today's call. Thanks to our broadcast partners, NZ Albury. And of course, Albury at Ongar MG. Back into play. Brennan here for the Cats. Head over the footy. What else would Marty Brennan do? Trying to break away. Tanner back to Brennan. Inboard. Shimmy and shake. That was well done by the Plummer. Out wide. Nice smother from Van Claveren. But Rutherglen go inside 50. Cooper on the second bite. Couldn't bring it down. Well done by Daly. Now Lappin taken across the boundary line. Umpire says we'll bring it back into play for a boundary throw-in. So we've gone 22 minutes here. Almost 23 for Japo Donks. They've had 4 goals in this term. I reckon there's still 3 or 4 minutes to go. Scoot for JJ's Waste and Recycling.
Yeah, we've had a few goals kicked, so and the ball did go over the back there for that point before. So we've got a bit of time left. There might be 3 or 4 minutes.
Inside handball to Tanner. This is the one they need, and they've missed it again. James Tanner just misses it to the left-hand side. The Breeze got it and took it that way, and again Rutherglen. Opportunity knock, Gussie. And it didn't come through. 2-7. 2 goals, 7 now. 19 trail, 6-1, 38. That's double their score at the moment, but they're in the game.
They certainly are. Long down the line, the Chilton Swans go. Doolan's worked his way up the ground. Handballs backwards. Van Claveren under the pump. Gets his kick away in the nick of time. Didn't go the required journey, so umpire called play on. Van Claveren has another go. Head over the footy. Jida House for the Cats. Nice tackle from Dion Gleeson. It was a strong, crunching tackle, and he's going to feel that one tomorrow, Jida House. We'll ball the footy up about 60 metres out from Cat's goal. Luff goes into the pocket to work on Jared Hatton. Paddy Wall's got the job inside D50 on Charlie Beattie, who's already popped up with a couple of chances today. Going to try and get it inside forward 50 as best they can here, Rutherglen, but they're set upon by Kilpatrick. Will ball it up.
Been a popular patch of the ground out there, hasn't it, between half forward and wing. It's Rutherglen trying to attack. They cannot get any clean entry here at the moment.
Free kick here for a hold. It's going to go the way of Chilton.
So this might break the... No, it's going to get pointed the wrong way. So the ball's going to come back in. And this is it Jida House?
That's Jida.
The Monty lookalike.
Oh, no, sorry, it's Peters.
Peters, our man Jet Peters. Thumps it long. Can someone get a grab? Free kick.
He's got a kick.
And there's a checking. I reckon it might go the way. Is it Cooper there?
Yeah.
Or Edmondson?
Beatty's going to get it.
What'd you pick up there, Scoot?
Yeah, just... I couldn't see the hole, but Charlie Beattie was in the middle of the pack, so Peter Aubrey's picked it out. Like it might have been Gleeson behind him, so he might have got a little bit of jumper.
Needs to kick this goal. Charlie Beattie. We have entered, we're well into time on, probably only a minute or two left in this quarter to reduce the margin to 13 points. Charlie Beattie comes in, kick on the way.
Oh!
Misses to the right-hand side. He allowed too much, Gus. And he's kicked it. Biner scored 2-8-20 to 6-1. 6-2-38.
I reckon we've got a bit of a broken scoreboard over there. Of course, it is manually operated, so we might allow for the goal umpires to reconvene at the main break, but that is around the buffer. 28 points to the Chilton Swans. We've got a free kick here. They're going to play on quickly, are the Swannies, in the hands of Lappin, who's going to go long down the line, finds a teammate. It's Quinn. As the siren sounds here for half-time at Barclay Park in Rutherglen, and the Cats
that won't
did all
bounce through, will it? That won't
Oh,
bounce through,
Robbie,
will it?
well spotted.
That is... Oh, my goodness.
As it stopped on the line,
It
it's
is
just stopped short. I reckon the siren blew before Quinn made contact with the footy. It might not have counted, but nonetheless, that is half-time here at Barclay Park in Rutherglen. I'll tell you what, gents, what a really interesting game of footy we've had so far. The Cats, they've had more scoring shots than the Swans, but yet they trail by 28 points.
Juicy prelude, I guess, if these two sides can play in the finals. Marty Brennan and Benny Mason are obviously matched up against each other, and hopefully that goes for the whole day, because at the moment Benny Mason's on top for Chilton, and that just sees his side on top. But if Marty Brennan can get the ball a little bit cleaner and going forward, the Cats can certainly come out after half-time and get on top.
Who've been the best players so far, do you think, gents, in this game of footy? I think for mine, the obvious one for the Chilton Swans has been Braden O'Hara across the half-back flank. He's been everywhere, and I thought Ned Quinn had a good start to the first half.
Yeah, definitely. I thought he's been
add
fantastic.
Ben Mason to that, your three
Benny,
best for
Benny
Chilton.
Mason. Mark Doolan's been good again, always looked threatening there. Dion Gleeson. And Bodie Hibberson, another one, to, as you said, Fro, he's really putting his hand up for maybe...
Well, we should mention him. It just makes it harder for his brother going into the finals.
We'll stir the pot.
Got to pick him.
We'll stir the pot. We'll take a break here on the TDFL live stream. Before we do so, Scoot, can we get some around the grounds for JJ's Waste and Recycling, just to update our viewers and listeners ahead of our halftime show on O&M Live, or of course I should say TDFL Live.
We have Thaguna 15-19-109, lead Dedarang 3-2-20. Haven't got an update in the last 10 minutes from the Beechworth Barney game, but it's 5-3-33 Beechworth.
Okay.
Barney 4-6-30. So a bit errant at goal, the Barney boys, and don't have the Yak. Well, the Yak one was 7-8 to 1-2 at half time. So.
We'll bring that back on the other side of the break then. Half time here at Barclay Park in Rutherglen. The Swans lead by 28 points. We'll be back on the other side of this break for the halftime show. Thanks to the Shed Company. Welcome back to Barclay Park here in Rutherglen for the halftime show. Thanks to the Shed Company. A big shout out to Jimmer and Gab for supporting us in 2025 with our TDFL live stream coverage. Gus McLeod joined by Scotty Scooter Fraser. Thanks to JJ's Waste and Recycling. The general consensus I'm getting around the ground here, Scoot, is if the Cats can kick straight, they're up to their eyeballs in this one.
Exactly. Just caught up with former Colcan coach of mine, Andrew Robertson. He's out here watching Jared Hatton, and he said the first thing he said is if they could get the ball delivered a little bit more directly, the Cats are well within it. And when I always like to look at a scoreboard and you've got 2 goals, 8, you sort of flip that and say, well, there's 10 scoring shots there, and if you make it 6 goals, 4, well, the Cats are in front. But incorrect disposal and not straight kicking leaves them at 2 goals, 8. But I think the old saying, if you're telling me there's a chance,
Yeah.
there certainly is for the Rutherglen Cats.
There certainly is, and I look back to a couple of the chances they had in that second quarter, and particularly the Beattie one from about 20 metres out in the pocket. A tough kick, but one he probably could have executed, and the other one as well to Tanner where he missed from about 20 metres out. The breeze just took it so far. I reckon this swirly breeze is causing a little bit more havoc than what we thought. I just went and had a look at the netball courts. It's blowing a gale out there on the netball courts, and a lot of the breeze that's coming through off the back of the new estate here, there's not a great deal of protection coming through, so it's almost as if the wind is coming in and just circling around. You look at the trees on the other side of the ground, Scoot, they're blowing around a little bit. It's quite gusty in the middle of the ground, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think the younger blokes of Rutherglen are probably not coping with that little bit of change condition and that added extra pressure from the Swans, those experienced blokes from Chilton. You know, they've really been really quick onto some tackles on the Rutherglen boys. So a little bit of if they can just get a little bit of excitement about them and just get on their bike a couple of times, I guess, with those Rutherglen boys and get the ball going forward. And as we just said, correct disposal, hit a target. We might have a real good game on our hands at 3/4 time.
As we welcome back Robbie McKinlay for the halftime show, thanks to the Shed Company. Good crowd here at Barclay Park, Big Mac.
Good crowd, mate. I've just been enjoying myself in the club rooms there, and courtesy of the Rutherglen Football Club, just a nice little cup of tea and a few snacks.
That'd be unlike you, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Unlike, Rob.
You're just a sandwich or a scone magnet, aren't you?
We Scooter and I, we've
Squeeze way in
supported the canteen. We've bought our raffle tickets and our...
Oh, they're not happy with us though, Gus.
Why is that?
You and I got the last 2 bags of chips.
Oh, don't worry, there wasn't many options. It was that or a gluten-free egg and lettuce sandwich, and I had one bite of that and thought, I might return it.
I had a great choice of
I was
selection of
wondering
food
where
in
it
there.
was. I thought you devoured it already.
No, it was the gluten-free bread, I can tell you. Thank goodness I'm not a celiac. But yeah, good crowd, I suppose, is the gist of what we're trying to get at here, Robert.
The amount of ex-players here from Rutherglen is incredible. They have a great little roll-up over there, and I had a chat to the 2 umpires who were just going back out on the ground now, Pete and Paul, and they wanted me to give them an appraisal. I said they're going okay at the moment, keep up the good work and whatnot. So
No wonder you won a Barton medal, mate.
Yeah. You've got to look after them. No, they're doing a good job. I did say to them, I said, well, when you watch a game independently, you don't really take much notice of the umpires, to be honest. It's when if you've got an interest, you probably can tend to be a bit...
Yeah, look, Pete was a bit hot early, wasn't he, with a couple of caught with the ball there, but been some great decisions, I guess, or non-decisions, especially deep in both forward lines where they just let the ball go and not make any silly decisions.
And
Cats are raring to go here.
Yeah, they need a big lift here, Scoop. I think they've got to come out, they've got to bang a couple of goals on here straight away, and then this game is on then. And then maybe they've got to be in the hunt coming that last quarter, because they'll have the home crowd here behind them. The ex-players there, they're starting to oil themselves up nicely, actually, to be honest, Gus, and I reckon they'll be quite vocal.
Oh, I just think the first goal's crucial. We call it the premiership quarter for a reason. I know it's an old cliche, but I reckon they're going to... Would it be fair to say the Breeze is assisting them this quarter, the Rutherglen Cats? It's been a little bit harder to kick goals at this end of the ground, I reckon. But I reckon the Cats, if they kick the first 1 or 2, she's game on here in the third term for Wiesners.
I'd love to see Van Berlo in the ruck. Starting in the ruck here, we can see, but I'd like to see him stay there. If he doesn't have to drift back and be that extra half backman, he can get the ball going forward for them. And, If he gets the ball 60, 70 out, they've got a really good chance of hitting a target and turn around and get a goal straight away.
So here we go, the third term. It's do or die here for the Cats. They have to play a big second half and win if they want to play finals footy in season 2025. The equation's simple. If they win, they get themselves a ticket to Sandy Creek. If they lose, they're off to Poacher's Paradise for Mad Monday. Umpires are just waiting for spectators to get off the ground.
There's a Kelpie dog down in the forward pocket there, Gussie, I noticed. And,
It wasn't Archie, was it? My
I don't
Kelpie?
think he came. He's off the ground now.
Oh, here we go. Here's the third term for Wiesners with Robbie McKinlay, all for Albury-Wodonga MG.
Thanks, Gus. Van Berlo does win that first tap, but Benny Mason kicked it, a short one, intercepted by his direct opponent, Marty Brennan, pumped the ball forward, and it was going to be a mark. No, it's a good decision. The ball definitely come off the hands, I thought, of the Chilton opponent first there.
Finn Lappin's grabbing at something there that might have got knocked somewhere in the nether regions in that contest. But he's up and about.
Well, up she goes. Was that a push? No, it was just got buffeted out of the play. So did Luff there. Gleeson over it. Here's Brennan. He started well. Screws it over his left shoulder. Ball stays in play. Now it's knocked out through the boundary line. So the errancy in front of goal continues. 2-9-21. Rutherglen trail Chilton 6-1-37. That's on the Commercial Club scoreboard.
Certainly is. So bad kicking is bad footy, but it is swirly and blustery conditions here at Barclay Park. Braden O'Hara, he'll allow for him nicely as he kicks in from full-back and just chisels one into McWilliams. They're going to attack through the corridor now. Ball's in the hands of Hibberson. Wants to bring it out to our broadcast position, trying to find Bodie. Read it nicely. They link up nicely to the Bros. He gets it back now. Brad now back to Bodie. Bit of stat grabbing. Inside 50 go the Swans. Brennan back with courage. Takes a great outdoors mark of the day. He needs to step up in this second half if the Cats are any chance.
Well, he has already, Gus. He's had his third possession in the first 90 seconds of the game. The man can't do much more than that at the moment. Marty Brennan, I'm going to run his stats this quarter. Let's see how he goes. Here's a chance. Inside forward 50. Plummer. Can't get hold of it. And Finn Lappin in game number 100. He started as a 16-year-old. He debuted in 2018. And he's never played a game of twos footy. He's played 100 games today in the seniors for Chilton. He's an amazing young athlete. Son come from Jabber O'Neill, all those stats there. Scoot's looking like, geez, Robbie's done his homework. Now that's our man Lappin. He's in trouble. He's defending. He's retreating. And they'd rush it for another rush behind. Gus, I've got him down for 4 rush behinds out of that score of 210.
You've got him down 22. For 4 rush behinds. I've got Scooter Fraser down for 13 chips this quarter. Extra chicken salt, Scooter.
No, just
the OG.
Gus, that's cruel. You don't ask a bloke for comment when he's got a couple of chips in his goal.
Oh, I waited for him to finish it. Hatton left it behind, just busting his way through is the big angry man in Jared. Big tackle applied there on Ferraro. Umpire calls for a ball up. They're coming to play here in this second half of the Cats. They've got a bit of pepper in their step. They've kicked 2-10 to 1-6 here at Barclay Park. Third term for Wiesners. Another stoppage once again, Scoot. I reckon Rutherglen, they've got a bit more intent here for JJ's Waste and Recycling.
You took the words right out of my mouth. The intention at the moment...
Good on you, Meatloaf.
Oh, gosh. Rutherglen just need to get some nice crisp disposal and they're off.
Quick kick, inside forward 50. There's Edmondson. Oh, he might have got cuffed without the footy. Play on's a call. Here's a chance for Jota House. Kick, he went sideways to Weller. Step 1, step 2. Weller, shot on goal. He's missed to the left-hand side. They cannot put one through the big sticks. 2-11-23 to 6-1-37. That is a 14-point margin, Gus, and they've almost doubled the scoring shots.
O'Hara opts to go via hand at fullback to the runner in Lappin. Long down the broadcast side wing. You can see the dust just circling in front of us here. The wind is picking up. Ball's in the hands now of the behind kicker in Weller. Pumps the Cats inside 50. Bouncing top of the goal square. They need a good bounce. Marty Brennan looks dangerous. Marty Brennan snaps. He missed the boot. Pinballs around. The Cats are still a chance here. On hands and knees. Ben Mason. Where else would you find him but at the bottom of the pack? And he wins himself a free kick for a high. He's going to play on quickly. Braden O'Hara is going to exit D50 for the Swans with a chiselling ball, which has been marked out on the back flank.
Yeah, I really like that umpiring there from Peter Aubrey. Marty Brennan made the play. Yeah, he might have got caught with the footy, but gee whiz, he was ferocious at the footy. I thought it was common sense umpiring, which we love to see. They've got the ball almost to half forward now, the Swans. They'll gather this one. Daly, handball over the top. Hibberson, Brad, tackled. Ball spills free. Hatton was there. He's tackled. And it's going to be a ball up inside the forward 50, slightly into attack for Chilton. They lead 6-1-37 to 2-11-23. That's a 14-point margin on the Commercial Club scoreboard. Angus McLeod.
Thanks, Robert, for Albury-Wodonga MG. We'll go to Scott. Thanks to JJ's Waste and Recycling.
Is this Fox Footy talk now? You've got to use your
I think
correct
Reed
name.
Bonnet and Dylan Van Berlo just said, right, we want to crunch tackle everything because the Rutherglen boys, every time at Chilton, as we get another one.
Or inside 50 out the back. Here's Quinn kicking to the town end on goal. Quinn, Pryor. Great kick to the advantage of Big Adzi. And whilst he's certainly in the twilight of his career, he's going to try and milk a bit of an angle here. He's going to get brought around. This distance won't trouble Adzi, but he's kicking right into the teeth of the breeze. And this is the tough debate, Scoot. You go drop punt or check side?
Drop punt.
Drop
for
punt.
Sure. Yeah.
Here's Adam Pryor. 20 metres out, slide angle. Gee, that's class from Big Adzi. Through the big sticks. It's a Union Hotel goal today, and that one really stings the Cats. They move to 7-1, and the Cats are 2-11 on the Commercial Club scoreboard.
Make that decision for the goal umpire then?
I reckon he talked him into it. He certainly
educated
educated
him. Decision from the umpire. He just allowed for the breeze superbly, and away she went.
Connor Newnham to 94 goals for the season, 6 just into the third quarter.
Geez, that was a kick in the you-know-where, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because they'd done all the attacking. I think they'd got 4 points in for the quarter, and then they come down. First opportunity, they nail the goal. That really hurt.
Still only 20 points for the Commercial Club.
Here they go, Morris off the left foot, but those Haras there, the bounce wasn't good for him. Might be a chance here. Overrunning was Cofield. Now they'll get another chance. Marty Brennan slipped a handball to Peters. Peters goes short, and he finds successfully Jared Hatton. Now he will have the breeze right behind him here. He tucked the mouth guard into his shorts, or his jocks, and he's going to have a shot on goal. He throws the bit of grass in the air.
What do you reckon? Right-hand side? Swing it back?
Well, he can swing a ball both ways with the kookaburra in
He
hand.
can also spray him, Jack.
What can he do with the Sharon? Hatton from 60 metres. Kick on the way.
That's
It's a
beautiful.
booming kick. It's gone across the face for another minor score. 2 goals, 12-24. Rutherglen trail Chilton 7-1-43.
Round 7, Rutherglen beat Chiltern. Rutherglen 13-2, Chilton 8-16. We've got
Deja vu.
a reverse
It is too.
result so far.
Here's O'Hara from full-back for the Chilton Swans. Long down the scoreboard side wing. Tapped into the advantage of Van Claveren, who overran the football. He left it behind. Scooped it up in front of Willett. Inboard goes the hands. Here's Hibberson. This is Brad. Ned Quinn on the left after a shimmy and a shake, and it's long down the line. Mason Flew made a good contest. Clever hands from Ferraro. Long down the line via hand goes Caulfield. It's turned over. Throwing on the boot, Vandermeer up towards half forward. Nice block there from the captain in Plemming for the Swans. Now the other captain, Mason, on the left, inside 50. Wrestling, marking, no free kick. Ryan Jones, good use of the body.
Yep.
Defensive mark for the Cats.
It was indeed. Gussie has summed that up superbly. Nice kick too. Good. Oh, over the back. Oh, Mark Doolan. He can take him anywhere. That he wound the clock back in his days as a ruck rover at the Wodonga Raiders. Sensational grab. A great outdoors mark of the day contender. Half forward. Here's the breeze in the background there through the effects. So is Van Claveren. Now it's intercepted by Quinn, the Eskimo. Got it back to Gleeson. Gleeson kicks it long. Pryor! Oh, it didn't stick for him. Ball got shoveled out the back. Nice combination from Jones and Van Berlo. And it goes to the far side of the ground. And boundary umpire said they'll throw it in. About 80 around from the Chilton goal. They lead 43-24. Gussie on the Commercial Club, the scoreboard.
I tell you what, you can see the dust just circling around the ground from the dirt car park here. It is blustery and blowy conditions at Barclay Park. Another boundary thrown as we go to Scooter Fraser for JJ's Waste and Recycling.
Just getting some score updates from around the grounds, boys. The internet's dropped out a little bit.
We'll get back to you shortly as we get the ball back into play. 60 out from Chilton goal. Rutherglen just hack it forward. Edmondson marks across half back. For the Rutherglen Cats, this next kick so important. Got to hit a target or be impactful. He opts to set it up into the breeze and go long down the line. Luff was there. Went the double fister. Lappin, handballs backwards, trying to find Gleeson. Poise from the assistant coach. Underground handball. Spills out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. We'll now go to Scooter Fraser for JJ's Waste.
Up at Barmutha Park, Barnawatha, 8-7-55 lead Beechworth by 10 points, 7-3-45.
Scoot, I want you to organise a live ladder for me now, please. If you can just work out that if those scores, if those margins stayed similar, or the sides who are leading, what would that mean? Have a think about that. I'll call the action. O'Hara, kick off the ground, intercepted by Hatton. He did well. Jared Hatton, a booming left foot kick from downtown. Gee whiz, he's kicked his third behind, and Rutherglen have kicked their 13th for the game. 2 goals, 13-25. Trail the visitors. Chilton, 7-1-43.
To answer your question, that
Yes.
would mean that Rutherglen are currently kicking themselves out of the finals.
Yep.
Thaguna lead 18-21, 129 to Dettering 3-2-20.
Oh, big fly from Van Berlo. It was close to a great outdoors mark of the day. He just had his pocket picked at the last moment.
So at that Scoot, we'd have Beechworth would drop down to an elimination, would they? Or would they be right out of it? Thaguna would go in.
No, Beechworth will stay in. Inside forward 50. Here's Edmondson throwing on the boot rather opportunistically. Top of the goal square. Good mark from James Plummer. And you can't help but think Plummer's going to go back with Rutherglen's season in his hands. 25 metres out, directly in front of the netball court end.
Come on, Plummer.
So how many behinds have they kicked today, gents?
13.
13 behinds.
Angus.
They're not going to get much easier than this. For the Rutherglen Cats, James Plummer must kick the Cats' third goal. They've kicked 2-13 this afternoon. You'll hear the Cats supporters rally behind this one. Plummer steps up and he's missed. Oh my Lord. The boys behind the goals cannot believe it.
Wow.
He's missed to the left, a mother minor score. 2-14-26, plays 7-1-43. Don't scratch your eyes, that scoreboard is correct. The Cats are kicking themselves into Mad Monday.
Yeah, and it does appear that the length of the ball that Hatton's been kicking it, the breeze might be really favouring him. That's a good grab by Van Berlo, although O'Hara's just nailed it 60 metres down the flank. Van Berlo kicks it inside 50. They're all on their own there. Is it? Oh, it's a good grab taken there by Michael Cooper. Now, this will be a tricky kick, and maybe this is one they kick, Scooter. They might be looking to kick one out of there, you know what.
Could be the pocket to kick it from. Put it at the left goal post and bring it back. Newnham watch.
Yes.
He's up to 7, 95 goals for the year for Connor Newnham.
Righto, Michael Cooper. Scoreboard behind him. They trail by 17. Kick on the way. Won't quite get the journey. Sits 5 out from goal. Brennan flew across the pack. Rushed behind, is it? No, Chilton keep it in play. They do it well too. Hibbers and Brad, high up and under. Kicked it to halfback from behind. Oh, Doolan. He just read it so well. You can't buy experience, Gus. And Mark Doolan, not for the first time this quarter, takes a very handy grab.
And his kick was excellent. Out to the runner, trying to find Quinn on the left boot, up towards half forward. You see the ball sit up in the breeze. Here's Vandermeer, breaking away from one, kicking the Swans inside 50, running to the goal square as Shannon got it, but didn't have enough legs. Across the face for a minor score. Gee, they went coast to coast quickly there. A minor score for the Swans.
That would have
Now at full back, Jared Hatton's going to kick in and go long down the wing, trying to find a teammate. Push in the back, has to be. It's going to be a free kick against Peters, and the Swans will repel and go inside 50.
Geez, that would have hurt Scooter, that goal, wouldn't it?
Yeah, Van Claveren just got out by himself there. That was and the wrong bounce.
But all the attacking that Rutherglen have been doing this quarter, 2-14. Just check that halftime score. They've kicked 6 behinds this quarter. From behind Van Berlo, that's a mark.
Nah, man in front.
Stiff. Thought he was stiff,
Man
Gus.
in front, Roberts, come on.
No, not my problem, brother. to quote a well-known man operator, some of the best work ever by Angus McLeod last week.
Shout out to Mr. Grossman.
Yeah, Bodie hit us a nice little look-away handball. Doolan couldn't control it, and it's going to be a boundary throw-in. So 2 goals, 14-26, Rutherglen. Chilton, 7-2-44. We've gone, Gussie, about 15 minutes on the Commercial Club scoreboard.
I know the scoreboard, or the game probably feels as if Chilton are well and truly in front, but the scoreboard doesn't replicate that. 44-26, 2 kicks of the footy, and the Cats are right back up to this in their eyeballs here.
Just been cleaner, Gussie, haven't they, Chilton? Anything they've done has been cleaner.
Van Berlo just pumps it on the boot, trying to make something from nothing was Vandermeer. He gets it out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. Scooter Fraser, thanks to JJ's Waste and Recycling. Any moves the Cats can pull to try and get themselves back in the contest. I can't help but notice that Marty Brennan is one out in the goal square.
I see that. Yeah, I don't mind that.
Good pick up there, but unfortunately wasted. They need to get it forward a bit more, and he's the man to do it, unfortunately.
This won't mean much to you, blokes, but Carlton have torn Port Adelaide a new one there today, and still going, 118-44.
Well, you're a Port Adelaide supporter now, Robert.
No,
so
at the moment, Gus, I'm still a member of Carlton. Now, free kick's going to go the way of the.
You've made some poor investments in life, Robert, but I reckon that's up there.
Yeah, probably Caffey's the best one I made. She'll probably. I've got to get one thing right. Now, Van Berlo, he's really lifted this quarter. It's a long raking kick down the centre wing. Ball falls over the back. There's a push. So Rutherglen will get a chance to mount another challenge here.
They've got to get it
trail
quickly.
by 18, and they've got to get it more to the other side of the ground, Gus, in my humble opinion.
This is clever from Chilton. They just dribbled and drabbled the ball back, and now they can set up behind the play.
Here's Edmondson. Kicks it. Sits it up. Brennan being buffeted around like a cork in the ocean. Here's a chance. Left foot snap. It might have been Peters, was it? Another minor score. It'll be rushed through now. So add another one up. 2:15:27 to Chilton 7:2:44. And the Japo Donks time clock, Gus. We've gone 16 minutes.
Brad Hibberson, he got it from Dion Gleeson, who goes long. Van Berlo going to win a free kick, or give away a free kick, I should say. It's going to go the way of Mick Williams. Good kick inboard. Hibbers inside 50. Pryor tied up against Morris. Been a good battle all day. In fact, that one tracing it was Jones. Ball's in dispute now. Well done, Jones. Well done, Pryor. Good even contest. We'll ball the footy up on the outer side.
Just one thing there with Chilton, if they can't get it straight in the hands of Pryor, they're probably going to lose it on the ground because he just doesn't have the speed to get it and go now or chase it down.
Weller did well, and his kick has gone straight to Michael Cooper. It's gone out of bounds first, so they'll be thrown in right on centre wing here at Barclay Park, Rutherglen. Big crowd in for a big game of footy, but at the moment it's a 17-point margin to Chilton. They will a victory here and they stay with the double chance. A loss to Rutherglen, and they're done, I think, aren't they, Scoot?
They are.
Yep, they must win. But a win, and they go through. It's as simple as that. Barney and Beechworth, great contest happening at Barmoufa Park. Scooter Fraser.
Barney have kicked another goal, lead by 16 points.
So Barney stretched the lead. So on the live ladder at the moment, it would be Barney and
Yep, that's the live ladder. We'll keep you right up to date here on TDFL Live. Hope you're enjoying the live stream. Lappin feeds it backwards for the Swans. Jones, high up and under, just into the middle of the ground. They need a mark here, the Cats. So too do the Swans. Van Claveren, geez, had a good third term. Over-raking handball, finds the intended target. Vandermeer over the top. there with Peters. Kicking at the half forward, coming off his line was Lappin. Nice mop-up play from Tanner. The Cats need a little break here if they can find it. Out wide, handball missed the target. Mick Williams is good for the Swans. Mops up to O'Hara, but he turns it over. The Cats via James Tanner. Inside forward 50, Lappin stands up. Marking for the Swans at full back. He's just going to take a little bit of sting out of this game, Scoot. Normally a pretty composed operator, but I might have mozzed him because that kick just gets there in the nick of time. He finds Luff. Umpire's going to call him to play on the left footer. Long down the line. Morris, good use of the body. Pushed him out of the road. Great outdoors mark of the day.
Little bit of hurry up there from a young Hibbo, but play on's a call and out over the back. Chilton will mark that. Well read by Dion Gleeson. They've just have not been able to hit a target going inside forward 50.
Oh, silly.
Rutherglen. They've given away a free kick or a mark there. Doolan. Look at that. That's just cleaner with the ball. Finds Ben Mason. He's been good too. And here, this bloke, he's nearly been best on ground today for mine. Ned Quinn, he's an absolute beauty. Slipped the handball down to Mason. Mason just needs to pick it up. He does. He's got a glove in one hand, bear in the other. Goes short and finds Pryor. That is the difference in this game, boys. You just saw it there. The transportation of the footy from one end of the ground to the other. That clean's good. And they'll go short again. And Ned Quinn.
Oh, no, they butchered this.
He has just fingertipped that one. The Quinn bounces back, slipped a handball, shot on goal, knocked down as he kicked it. I think it's gone through. It has indeed. And the goal has been kicked by Jaden Vandermeer. That is just brilliant play. It's a Union Hotel, and that just hurts Rutherglen so much, Scotty Fraser.
I think he just check-sided that to try and get it back into the goal square, but the wind assisted. And just after you're talking about coming in and Pryor having that shot set up, I really like the fact that Mark Doolan's playing up the ground. If you've got Pryor full forward, you don't need Doolan as deep today. And they get another one to forge ahead even further.
23 points, the buffer sits. They really got to roll the dice here now, the Cats. They got to try something different. I feel like they've been equally up to this contest, but the Swans have just showed so much poise. Back in the middle, Mick Williams into the signs being good. Feeds a handball to Mason. Mason, chiseling ball up to half forward. Morris, he picked a couple of pockets for the Cats, but his handball was poor. Whistle. It's going to go the way of Chilton. 55 from home, kicking inside, forward 50, wrestling. Free kick. Hibberson.
No,
against Hibberson.
Yeah.
For a hold, Scoot, I can only assume.
A hold, yeah. Out of his arm.
And Caulfield's going to kick out wide, finds his intended target. It's Marty Brennan. He goes long, does Martin, Dion Gleeson and Edmondson. Edmondson left it behind, picked up by Cooper, feeding it back to Edmondson, got a bad bounce. And he'll go back and have a shot. He's going to play on here. Snapping across his body. Jida, high up and under. Another minor score.
Wow.
Go back, son.
Another minor score for the Cats. They move to 2 goals, 16. 28. Chilton, 8-2-50. That is on the Commercial Club scoreboard.
At one stage, they were 1 goal 1. So they have, since then, they've kicked 1 goal 14. And it could be the ultimate price here. As a spot in the finals. They're seeing enough of the football. They've just got to tidy the whole show up a bit. Kicks inside the goals, over the back, 3 bites of the cherry. Not enough. House, left foot snap, misses. Oh, and that one's been knocked down. This could be a 50-metre penalty if the umpire spotted that. Jared Hatton punched the ball right out the back of the ground there, but...
Well, I actually think that's silly. It's a bit of a momentum killer, I reckon.
Yeah, so Jida House, a left foot snap misses. The bounce didn't favour him. 2 goals, 16. This quarter, they have kicked 8 straight points. Scooter?
It's bad footy, unfortunately, isn't it?
Yeah.
Unum watch, boys. He's got 8 for the day, 96 for the season.
With a quarter to go, Scoot.
Have a look at the dude behind the goals in the chair sitting up there on the back of the... He's not on the back of the ute, he's on his roof of his ute. Have a look at him. What a ripping operator he is.
Probably a better angle on the ground than our camera operator Logan has, to be honest.
Yeah.
from full. Trying to find O'Hara. O'Hara didn't quite shuck it, but didn't get a good bounce either. Now Brennan busts his way through. Umpire says no prior. We'll throw it up on the centre wing position. A nice little pick up there from Logs, just zooming in an old mate on his deck chair on the roof. That's why he's the best in the business, Logan Cartwright.
Just checking the male or female. It's really hard to tell.
Male. I did have the binoculars. Out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. Scooter Fraser for JJ's waste and recycling. Any more updates coming in from around the grounds? The one that is of everyone's attention is the Barna, Watha and Beechworth clash at Barmutha Park.
Home of footy in the club football is Barmutha Park. This is a spiritual home of the Beechworth Bushrangers, of course.
I've just got one come through, but it could be a few minutes behind yours. I've got 68-47 Barney in front.
That's another goal to Barney. So 10,
there you go. And
10-7, 68 to 7.
That is three-quarter time siren you could hear in the background, and it is a finish of a very wasteful quarter from Rutherglen. 9 behinds they kicked. Yes, 9 behinds. Chilton, they chipped in with 2 goals, 1, Gussie, and they lead by 21 points.
It's not
three-quarter time.
It's not game over just yet, but I tell you what, if the Cats can kick straight in this final term, they will come home with a wet sail. Quarter time, or three-quarter time, I should say, all thanks to Wiesners in Walla Walla. Stick with us on the TDFL live stream. It's a massive final term coming your way on the other side of the break. The Cats are playing for their season. The Swans are playing for a top 3 berth. Stick with us for NZ. It's a TDFL live stream where you won't miss a thing. Welcome back to Barclay Park here in Rutherglen, and we're about to rock and roll for the final term in the TDFL Live. Chilton and Rutherglen. Rutherglen must win to play on in 2025, and Chilton playing for a top 3 spot. Here we go. The fourth and final term is underway on the TDFL live stream. It's all thanks to our very good friends at...
Yep, well, it's a place you don't like to see, but if you have to see them, Gussie, you know you're in good hands.
They are the best.
And if you've just joined us, Rutherglen in the third quarter kicked 9 straight behinds. In fact, their last 13 scoring shots as they go forward again have been behinds. Van Berlo's been moved forward. Here's a chance here now. Running onto the footy and couldn't control. He actually knocked the ball out to Dylan Van Berlo. Kicks the ball inside, 25 out from goal. Mopped up by Mason. Handball over the top was brilliant to Jones for Chilton. They rush it off half-back. Overrunning the ball now. Morris sweating on his opponent there, Vandermeer. Vandermeer clever. A look-away tap. Intercepted though. Cofield. Handball. Jones. Got it. Was it high? No, it's not. An umpire says, give it to me. He'll ball it up. Still in around about midfield. On the clubroom side of the ground, Chilton lead 50-29. Rutherglen, season on the line here, Gus McLeod.
Well, they're going to get a chance here to go inside forward. 50 are the Cats. The kick from Tanner. Top of the goal square. Whistle. Free kick. Going to go the way of the Swans. It's going to go to Gleeson. Now the ball's in the hands of O'Hara. Long down the line for the Chilton Swans. In front of our broadcast position. Morris left it behind. Here's an opportunity for James Tanner. Handball was a bit of a hit and hope. Dispossessed. Nice work from Ferraro. But now the Swans regather. Clever from Vandermeer. Over the top. He's going to get it back here, Vandermeer. No, umpire lets things play out here. Morris raking handball, trying to find Hatton. Brennan's there for the Cats. Tracking this one back is Hibberson. Now on to Luke Daly. The former Albury Tiger with poise. Goes back in board.
Yeah, good work there, the experience of Daly. The other, clean pair of heels, the veteran drove it long. Pryor in the goal square is going to get a free kick, and this might be the nail in the coffin here for the Rutherglen Cats. Adam Pryor will go back, have a shot, 20 out directly in front. What'd you see there, Scoot?
Just a normal hold, a full back on a full forward, unfortunately, and I think Big Adsy knows how to play milk him a little bit, but it was there.
Kick 1 this afternoon. He has 22 for the season, playing his 9th game, and chance to make it 23. Comes in now. Oh, he's hooked it. He's pulled it to the left. He's overcompensated. And now what, have we got a blood rule, have we?
Yeah, we do got a blood rule. And it looks to be that man who kicked it, Adam Pryor.
On his knees. It looks like it. I don't think it's serious, Scoot.
I tell you what, I've got the binoculars on him, and Logan Cartwright. Not much claret coming at all.
I don't think no. A little nick there. Anyway, they'll go and get that at 10-2, Angus. And,
that's the let off that the Cats needed, Scoot. That's their chance, their final chance.
How many do you need?
Well, the Cat gets 9 lives. Morris from fullback for the Rutherglen Cats. Long down the line, trying to kick it to his better players. One of whom is Tanner. Breaks away, throws it on the boot. Long down the line, he missed Edmondson. O'Hara was there for the Swans.
Oh.
Back into play, 51-29.
The score, so a few points here from Chilton now. 8-4-52. They lead Rutherglen 2-17-29 as we tick over 4.5 minutes on the Tallangatta construction and maintenance scoreboard. And this fourth quarter action is for the X-Ray group.
There's Morris from fullback. Robbie calling things for Albury-Wodonga MG. Brennan out in front, but it was spoilt. And now it's going to go back inside 50 by Shannon for the Swans. Top of the goal square. Is it a mark?
Yes.
It is. It's Jaden Vandermeer for the Swans, and this will go back and ice it. And ice the all-important double chance for the Chilton Football Club. Scooter Fraser, wonderful kick inside 50 for JJ's Waste and Recycling.
It was. Young Will Shannon got on the end of that. Beautiful delivery. Went to the good side of Vandermeer and made space and took it very cleanly.
Here's Vandermeer for the Chilton Swans. This would make it near impossible for the Cats. Jaden Vandermeer comes in on the right boot, kicks his third, margins out to 29 points, and the Swans look destined for a top 3 chance at Sandy Creek footy in 2025. The X-Ray Group scoreboard, the margin's out to 29 points.
Do a little shout out, Gussie.
We got
someone watching on from Saigon.
From Saigon.
Bodie Hibberson's in-laws, Lockie and Sandra Blake, are watching on from Saigon.
Well, that means there's more than 2 people watching in Vietnam. Most of my family's over there and they're tuning in. So we are a global product, the Gun Twin City Cranes TDFL.
Book your tickets to the grand final, the next couple of weeks, Lockie and Sandra, because Bodie's done enough today to give Brad a headache and stay in the seniors.
Yeah, 3 goals for Jason Vanderveer, 2 to Brad Hibberson, 2 to Mark Doolan, and only 2 goal kickers for Chilton, James Tanner and Sam Edmondson.
Are we still waiting for the Sharon? No, it's back, Robert.
In fact, they've kicked the last 4 goals of the game now. So they need a quick reply straight away, but I think it's all over Red Rover here at Barclay Park. 58-29 for the X-Ray Group. Jappo Donk's time clock is starting to get away already. It's 7 minutes gone. The quarters have been going 25 minutes, so there's 18 minutes left to kick 5 goals that have to be unanswered. They've only kicked 2 so far. O'Hara, a swing and a miss on the left foot. This might be a chance. Van Berlo, stand up! He does! A quick snap, and Dylan Van Berlo breaks the drought. A run of 13 consecutive behinds, and Rutherglen have their 3rd goal. 3 goals, 17, Gus, 35 to 9-4-58.
And Scooter comes their first goal since the 11th minute mark of the 2nd term. How desperately the Cats needed that. If they can get the next one here, listen to the crowd, get behind them.
Telling me there's a chance, Gus.
Well, the Vuvuzelas might suggest there's a chance.
Vuvuzelas here.
Feel like we're at the World Cup in South Africa, gents. The Vuvuzela.
Weren't they good?
Weren't they a pain in the arse, you mean to say? 58-35 is the score. 58-35 means it's a 23-point ball game, but the Swans are going to win the clearance. Jones gets them inside 50. Now the ball's in dispute. Nice pick up from Doolan. Fed it back to Jones. Wants to find the right. Kicks in towards a bit of space. Good kick. Good mark. Ned Quinn for the Swans. 45 metres out. Slightest of angles, Scooter.
No one's kicked one from this far out at this end of the ground today, boys. So if Ned Quinn can make good contact, this will snuff out any chance of the Cats.
Jeez, he's been good today.
He has been fantastic. Great junior. Played his junior footy up at Tallangatta.
Oh, yeah?
Had a run at Dedarang as well.
Really?
He's done the rounds, Quinny. Left foot kick. This for the instant response of the Swans. Gee, that's a dagger in the heart of the Cats.
Yeah.
They fought so hard to get a goal back, and then Ned Quinn just says, have a little bit of that. Margin back out to 29 points at the 8-minute mark on the X-Ray Group scoreboard. We'll go to Scooter Fraser for JJ's Waste and Recycling.
Beautiful kick by Quinn. He's really found his home at Chilton in the last couple of years. And they go...
gathered there by Quinn.
Comes back into play. Taking it out of the ruck there was Ferraro. Dispossessed, and Ned Quinn takes it out of bounds for a boundary throw-in. Scooter Fraser, JJ's Waste and Recycling. We'll try and get some around-the-ground scores. Beechworth Barney, and maybe a goal-kicking update.
If the timekeepers at Beechworth Barney are listening, can you update the Play HQ site so we can get an updated score?
Over the back, Finn Lappin, who hasn't had a lot to do today, but whatever he has done, he's done it with just a nice little bit of polish and class. We'll have a boundary throw-in. I'll tell you what, the upside to Chilton too is there is probably 4 or 5 players to come back into this side. They'll go in with a double chance, Gus, so they're guaranteed a couple of games. So they're starting to dictate terms a bit, and they've been a major threat in the final series over the last 3 or 4 years at Sandy Creek.
Still got Kyle McGee, Benny Gould, and Ashton Brooks to come in.
Jake Cooper too.
Yeah, Cooper, yep. Jack Gray's got a couple of weeks suspension still to serve. So yeah, they've got a few options. There's a little bit of depth starting to sneak in, but what I've liked about them, Scooter, is they're the players who've come in here. They've filled in beautifully. They play that same style of football. It seems to be a real trait with their game. They like to run it.
They have a game plan that both their seniors and reserves can stick to. That's showing today.
Scooter, they do remind me. They play a little bit of what I see in the Hume League, a bit of Osborne football, the way they run the ball. There's no doubt about it. Van Claveren, clever hands. Got it onto Benny Mason. Driving left foot kick. Into half-forward Prize there. I think there's been a hold.
Yeah, Willett will get it.
Yeah, okay. The bald-headed warrior, Chris Willett.
That's actually Brendan Morris. It was against
Morris has got Pryor. Yeah, okay, Morris. Pryor holding off Morris there. It was, and our man Peters.
It's Peters.
We had a few chances, Gus, in that third quarter, but he's kicked out of bounds for full. Right in front of the past players. You don't want to do that, Scooter, because they might have only watched 30 seconds of play for the day, and they've kicked it out of bounds right in front of him, and they'll be saying, geez, he's not a great kick. But anyway, O'Hara's a good kick, Gus. He gave it to Jones, and Jones gave it back to O'Hara.
And O'Hara just wants to get a handball back to Jones and to say, hey, mate, kick it long down the line. Here's a go now for Quinn. Long way from home, the centre-half forward. High up and under on the non-preferred. Good pack mark taken. Across half-back, it's been marked by Willett, who goes out wide to the back pocket. Rutherglen going to hug the boundary line here. Tyler Ferraro, Sharon in hand. Played 12 and a half minutes here for Jappo Donks in the final term. The Swans lead comfortably, 64-35 for TCM. Out the back, Lappin dropped it. O'Hara mopped it up, kicked it up towards half forward through the hands of Doolan. Tracking this one is Jared Hatton. Feeds a handball out wide, sits up nicely here for Jones. Jones down the line, trying to take a mark there was Beattie. That was Rory. Had a good crack at it. Umpire said play on. Spills out now. Long up and under from the Cats, the centre half forward. Sitting in the hole, Braden O'Hara. Been best on today for mine. Most consistent player across all 4 quarters and just mopping up and kicking beautifully out wide. Finds a teammate. Out in the pocket, it's his good mate, Luke Daly.
Yeah, that's experiences there, and the ball use is fantastic. And yeah, they'll go into the finals with a little bit of confidence. Do the Swannies. Boy, good grab. I was about to say Scoop, but he coughed it up. I think it was Cofield. Ferraro eventually got the ball, but he's kicked it very tight to the boundary line, and it's going to be throw in. So on the far side of the ground, centre wing, ball will come back into play, and it's Rutherglen 35 trailing Chilton 10-4-64. That's a 29-point margin. Blustery conditions that Chilton have just handled so much better today. Brennan knocked off the footy. Play on's a call. Van Claveren, he got buffed around. Here's McWilliams. He might have dropped the ball, I reckon. He has, Gus, and the free kick is going to go the way of Dylan Van Burlow for Rutherglen.
So DVB, he's a chance, I'd say, for the Barton Scooter.
I think without a doubt they've won enough games this year, and in the close ones that they lost, even that 1-point loss to Kiwa a couple of weeks ago, I was told that he was best on, so
yes, I heard
might
that.
be within a chance.
He's lapping for the Swans, high up and under, chopped out nicely by Morris.
Although he was overlooked last year. There's
He was. First year in the comp, I reckon umpires always miss him. I reckon, I've got a theory. Took the Ovens and Murray umpires about 2 years to work out. Lee Masters was pretty good. Out of bounds, Lappin via hand. The Swans, in fact, keep it alive.
Well, he got a Morris medal.
He did after 3 years. Didn't get a vote in his first 2. Van Claveren inboard. Here's a go for Jones. Now Braden O'Hara. Gee, you'd back Brado in from here.
Oh, yeah.
Braden O'Hara from downtown. Just pumps the Swans into September action. And Braden O'Hara winds back the clock, reminiscent of what he put on at the Albury Sports Ground. He kicks his first. The Swans have 11, and the Swans have got a double chance at Sandy Creek, Scooter.
Yeah, amazing stuff. I think it was Michael McWilliams over on the other side. Got a handball out. Isn't he going to be a bit of a hard luck story? I mean, Kyle McGee will come back in
Really?
next
He's
week.
been so good today, McWilliam.
Yeah.
And right at the start, Scoot, his first 15 minutes today were fantastic.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be possibly someone like Luke Vandermeer or Will Shannon for Ashton Brooks to come back in.
Well, if you're going to the Union Hotel tonight up at Tallangatta, have a beer on Braden O'Hara, because that goal there, I think, is a serious contender for the Union Hotel Tallangatta goal of the day, Angus.
Considering in a game that haven't had a heap of good goals, I reckon Braden's going to win the voucher for the Union Hotel goal today. We've got a voucher to give away each and every final this year, and Brado's certainly the contender today.
Well, I like that. Good on him. He's a good little pub too, Gus.
Great little pub. Shout out to Anthony and the boys from the Union.
And we appreciate your support. Love local community footy. Here's Finn Lappin. Look at how well organised they are. The torch, you can hear the yap coming through our sound effects mic there. And here's Gleeson. He marks it true centre half back.
Around the grounds
Yes,
for JJ's
please do.
Waste and Recycling. Barnawafa lead Beechworth by a point
Oh, no.
at the 17-minute mark.
Wow. Game on there. So, remind us, Angus, of the connotations out of that game.
Well, if Beechworth
Win.
they can finish in 3rd spot on the ladder, but Chilton are also in front. We'll have to get the calculator out, Robbie. We'll have to get the calculator out.
Van Berlo's kick was a hurried one. Chopped out here. Benny Jones been good. Handball to O'Hara. Now, his handball was good. Precise. Found Hibberson. Brad beautifully smothered there by Mitch Cofield. Cofield now kicks it to half forward. Lapper.
Oh, God, he's good.
Game number 100, Angus. He takes a beauty. A player of the day contender for the great outdoors.
Oh, his kick wasn't great. I might have mozzed him. Dion Gleeson mops up with poise for the Chilton Swans. Kicks out wide. Finds the intended target in Luff. Over the top to Mason. Mason back to Luff via hands, and now he has to throw it on the boot. A hit and hope. Finds a teammate. Shannon wants to come back inboard. Dropped a dolly, but his kick was good. Finds the intended target. Van Claveren's been good for mine. Onto the captain, Mason. And Ben Jones has been everywhere after half-time. His handball over the top was good. Here's Brad Hibberson. Hibbo from downtown. Doolan robbed him of a goal. Minor score.
Was heading through the behind.
Oh,
Gus.
don't let the... Where's your sense of theatre, Robert?
Well, they're watching too.
Oh, jeez.
It's not a radio game today, Angus.
Oh, minor score, but the kick in from full-back. Take it away, Robert.
Not my problem, brother. Tanner, Jimmy Tanner, a little 1-2. That's always good for the stats late in the season. And Benny Mason. And how good a football have the Swans played this quarter? Look, they've been good all day, but gosh, they're clinical. And they do remind me a lot of the way the Osmond Footy Club play their football. They are a serious threat as we head into another Sandy Creek campaign. Van Berlo, a familiar, a trademark grab at half-back for Rutherglen. Kicks wide from behind. Cooper brought it to ground. Looking
At a 10-13 to 6-3, and Luke 30 goals, 27, 207 to Dettering 3-2. Luke Gehrke's just chalked up his 10th goal.
Big Kev having a good second half of the season.
85 for the year.
He's Hatton up to half forward. Marty Brennan going to win himself a free kick. Umpire says play on. Brennan smothered by O'Hara. G. Cream rises to the top. His handball wasn't hitting the intended target. Jones. He gave away a free kick for a high. It's going to go the way of Matt Tanner for the Cats. They're playing on quickly. Puts his team under a lot of pressure. His namesake in James. They feed it backwards. 1-2 with Mason and O'Hara. He'd have 35 today. Easily Braden O'Hara. Out wide. Hibberson can't quite keep it in. Boundary throw in right in front of the interchange gates. The Swans are going to play double chance finals footy.
So at this stage, Scooter, these scores stay the same. The Gooner are playing finals
Without a doubt.
Unless Chilton...
on the live ladder.
Rutherglen could kick 6 goals in the next 5 minutes. Game on.
I know it wasn't the greatest question I've ever asked, but that's given me clarity. That's very important as my age wanders by year. O'Hara, look at that for a look away handball. Beautifully done. Look out, Shano. He got out of trouble. He did well, the young fella. Slipped a nice little handball there to Pat Wall. Wall kicks it down to the middle of the ground. Cofield was good. Inside handball was all right there too. Was nice bit of work by Benny Fleming. Tackled, smothered. That's just been so good. Here comes the Eskimo. Over the top, the handball now. Looking for, is it Luff? Jimmy Vogel's bobbed up. Handball's been intercepted and Rutherglen have got themselves out of trouble here, Gus.
The ball's going to go out wide as Braden O'Hara has his hands put on ice. He's done for the day and he'll hook into a couple of VBs tonight.
He's a bit more professional
than that, a couple of Crown Lagers perhaps at the Union Hotel. Tanner, handball, inboard. Needs to get it inside 50 here to the Rutherglen Cats. High up under, sitting in the hole is Oates. Score is still locked at 73-74. Barney in front at Barmutha Park, inside 50 to Cooper. I reckon this might be within range here, Scoot, because the breeze has died down a fair bit.
It's the Beechworth win, they keep the double chance.
Correct.
They trail by a point.
They do. Here's... Oh, smothered. Got too close and Finn Lappin stood up. Won the crumbs in the end. Wins himself a free kick for a hold.
Yep.
Finn Lappin playing some game today for the Chilton Swans to another bloke who's having a good game and a good season, Ben Mason.
He's a seriously good player, Benny Mason. His interleague game was outstanding, Scoot. And now look at him. He's just... No, he's kicked it out of bounds a foot. You give a bloke a rap and he does that to you.
Oh, Robert.
Thanks, Benny.
Update around the grounds. JJ's Waste and Recycling. Barnawatha by 2 points at the 22-minute mark. Here's Hatton for the Rutherglen Cats. High up and under, inside forward 50. Oh, Mason again.
Oh!
Copped a bit of an ear massage on the way through, and just got to hope tempers don't flare here. The Swans have got bigger things to worry about.
I think Michael McWilliams wanted to keep going with that, but
he wanted to give old Oysters
we've got next week to contend with. They don't. I think
old Oysters got out of there in a hurry too, didn't he?
Here's a go for the Chilton Swans. Jones inside 50 for the Swans. Pryor brought it front and centre. Head over the ball was Jones. Pinballs around at Luff at the wrong end of the ground. The big ruckman on the last line of defence. Fleming for the Cats brings it out, finds a teammate in Oates. And Oates has got it for the Cats across half back and puts it into the past players' tent. That'll make sure they're on their toes. They're well and truly hydrated, but...
I think it's the same bloke in the same spot.
Oh, dear.
His dad might be in the crowd. He's going to get him a touch.
Mason, inboard.
Oatesy might be on the cans.
Ben Jones, he's had a great game today. Ben Jones, he'll feature amongst the best players. Van Claveren, inside 50, all alone, uncontested mark has been taken.
Shannon,
I reckon it's a Shannon. He's a little wiry player, but he's been good today.
Big second half, Gussie. Shannon.
Not much of him, but
no.
Gets around a bit. He's a bit like Ashton Brooks, just very mobile.
How handy's he going to be?
Get on the
And McGee. Gould.
Just don't know whether Shannon makes way for Ashton Brooks.
Here's Shannon, right foot kick. Well, with kicking like that, his name might be on the chopping block. Sorry, that's a bit harsh on you, Shannon.
It's going to be terrible on Thursday night for selection, I can tell you that much.
Yeah, going to be tough. All right, here we go. Wolf half back is Gussie's boy, Benny Fleming. Oatesy flew well. Hatton. He can start thinking about the new ball, I reckon, Gussie, pretty soon. Here's Brennan. Brought the ball to ground. Flynn Lappin with poise. He had many options. He ended up going with Van Claveren, who had a mountain of time to make up his mind and decide what he'll do with the ball. If Shannon takes a good grab under pressure, no, that can't be an advantage. You've got to come back. You've got to come back. And it will come back there. Gleeson thought it was a free kick, Gus. And I think you did too.
Right.
Because you had that look of a stuffed plover in your eyes. And it's just going to come back now to centre wing.
Plover.
Yeah.
I've been called many things in my 26 years on this planet.
Plover. A stunned plover.
Around the grounds, JJ's Waste and Recycling.
What do you
Barney
got?
have kicked a goal. They lead 81-73. Barney lead 81-73 over Beechworth.
Jabber O'Neill's on the phone. There,
26
so I can
minutes
see
to
him
go.
over there having a look at some scores.
No, Jabber's probably recruiting for next year. That's how busy Jabber is.
Or he's ordering us something at one of the lovely wineries here. But anyway.
What do you reckon Jabber's like? I reckon he's a Sauvignon Blanc sort of operator, Jabber.
He looks like a VB operator to me, Jabber.
Sure has been.
Sure has, man.
Big, heavy giraffe. Drink it out of a jug.
Here's your boy Shannon again.
Mate, he's been good.
He's been real good, Gus. Pumps it inside forward 50. The grab's taken. Is it Doolan? Who is it there amongst the throng there, Gussie?
I reckon it's Hibbo.
Is it? Or is it?
No, it's Quinny.
Quinn.
It's Quinny.
Well,
It's Quinny.
Mighty Quinn.
He's in my top 3 today. No problem at all. O'Hara.
Gives
Quinn.
him a different look. You know,
Oh.
Doolan and Pryor are sort of your more big, strong wrestle
What the
forwards,
hell?
but this guy is more of an athletic, mobile type. He can get up and down the ground.
What didn't Tallangatta or Rutherglen like about his footy as he comes in for a shot on goal?
They had this bloke called Nick Hines at Rutherglen. He took up the whole goal square, so
He's kicked it out on the full, Quinny.
maybe
Give him
that's...
You're on fire, aren't you?
Yeah.
I think we'll have 2 coaches
Big
say,
fight.
Robbie McKinley not allowed out at Sandy Creek next week.
We've got a big finals campaign
So
coming
Scoot,
up, mate.
the live ladder with Barnawatha in front by 2 goals at the 27-minute mark. You'd imagine they'll salute. Thaguna are doing a number on Dedarang Mount Beauty. Give us the best live ladder you possibly can. Kiwa will stay on top.
Barnawatha second.
Second. The
Chilton
Chilton are going to
was-
get into third.
Chilton will stay in third.
Third.
Yes. And then Thaguna will go to 4th on percentage. And Beechworth in 5th.
We'll keep you right up to date here on the TDFL live stream. 26 minutes gone.
Oh, we've got a high shot here.
Yep, high tackle. No, in fact, I reckon the umpire says we'll ball it up.
Okay. Good call from Pete Aubrey.
Oh, you were trying to say it was a high, Robert.
Well, I thought that's the early indicator was. He called it very early, didn't he?
The Cats, they've been brave and gallant, and what a great first year they've had under Van Berlo and Reed Bonnet. Free kick for a ruck infringement. It's going to go the way of Michael McWilliams for the Swans.
Well, Michael McWilliams lines up. Connor Noonan has just kicked his 9th goal for the day to take him to 97.
Siren sounds here at Barclay Park in Rutherglen. It's season over for the Rutherglen Cats. And McWilliams can have a set shot here, just to maybe give Brody Hibberson, or Brad Hibberson I should say, a little bit of a reminder that he's available next week. Here's McWilliams. Been in the ruck today for the Chilton Swans to ice off a big performance. Comes in and he misses. Isn't that fitting for today's game? To the full-time score here at Barclay Park in Rutherglen, the Swans prevail 11-7-73 to the Rutherglen Cats 3-17-35. The Swans will get a double chance, and the Rutherglen Cats, their season is over for 2025. Gents.
Yeah, absolutely, Gussie. And look, they gave it everything, Rutherglen, but they just could not complete their work in front of goal. They were under a lot of pressure from the Chilton defence. That was another factor in it. But when they had to be clean, they just weren't at the right time, Scoot. And we saw when Chilton were just clean for the whole day. They used the ball so well, mate. And you know, in the end, it's costly, and that's what part of a good football team does.
It's hard to think that. I mean, they've doubled their score, but when you look, if someone said, "Oh, Rutherglen got beaten 11 goals to 3 today," you look at the behinds column, 17-6. It's the one that got away.
Yeah.
We didn't have as close a game as we thought, but I guess the big positive out of it for Rutherglen is that they go into next year and say,
yeah.
all right, well, when
For that. Interesting.
All thanks to Border Cleaning Services, the post-game here on the Dunswin City Cranes TDFL live stream. Unfortunately, it is the end of the road for the Chilton Cats, the Rutherglen Cats, I should say, in 2025, Scoot. But I'm really excited about what they can achieve next season. They've brought a whole heap of one-pointers back. You can't help but think there's a few more on the radar, but they've got some player points to play with next year, and I'm really excited to see what the Cats can do in the off-season.
Yeah, and on top of their guns, Van Berlo and Brennan, you got Tory Oates, Charlie Beattie. They've got a few coming through that the ball.
One. It was a good game of footy from Ned Quinn. I thought Van Claveren's game was excellent. He probably struggled to get into the game a little bit early, but his breakaway speed from stoppage was a real point of difference today, and his ability to run and carry and link up via hands, I think that's a style of footy that stacks up at Sandy Creek, Scoot.
Yep, I think their coach did a great job too. Brad Hiberson was up and about early. Look, you can throw a blanket over another half a dozen.
I reckon, my opinion, I thought Ned Quinn was the equal to Mason and O'Hara for consistently best on ground. I thought Benny Jones was really good in the first quarter and the term after Van Berlo got a quick reply. I thought Ned Quinn, I was really, really impressed by him. I was very impressed with him up at Yakananda early in the year, and like I said, if he's been at Tallangatta and Dennerang, how'd they let him slip through? He can play footy, that boy. He's a goer too, like he's just, and a left footer. I'll be very surprised if he's not in their top three when the best players get put in.
Well, there we go. The full-time score here at Barclay Park in Rutherglen. The Chilton Swans have saluted 11-6-72 to Rutherglen 3-17-35. And next weekend, when we head out to the MCG of the Bush, it'll be Barney versus Chilton in the qualifying final, and Thaguna versus Beechworth. Privileged to have you out here at Barclay Park.
Been great, thanks to Greg Lumby and all. Sport and you boys for supporting the TDFL, and we're here. We're ready to get out to the MCG of the Bush.
You can feel the table start to rumble as we get out. Don't worry about the forecast. It's always sunshine and magical at Sandy Creek. Big shout out to our live stream supporters who have supported us today. Waters Electrical, the Huon Hill Hotel, Peter Bell, D, Finer Embroidery, and of course our scaffold sponsor, Scoot, Total Edge Protection, who will have us a really nice vantage point. Yes, of course.
Thanks to those guys.
Final series, like we said, broadcasting every final live stream. Big Mac, we'll see you next week. I reckon you've got a double header at the MCG, the Bush.
I've got a weekend at Sandy Creek. How lucky am I?
You're taking the swag? Take the swag?
Yeah, I might. I might just stay there up in the
Scooter knows a good spot. He didn't leave there for about a month after the Yak Boys won the flag. A big shout out to Logan Cartwright. He is an absolute magician on the fantastic live stream. Hope you've enjoyed today's coverage. We'll see you next week at the MCG of the Bush for a double header of TDFL final.